And I am live. Melanie will be ending any minute. Did it let me? Yay, there we go. Put myself in live chat. And then everybody can find me. Been a crazy, crazy day. I think I need to put that up a little more. There we go. Hi, Jen. Yeah. I realized I had to reset my my little thing there in the corner. So I didn't get a chance to pop in and tell her. Oh man, I'm still trying to make up my list of numbers for tonight. It's just been the last 24 hours. Well, a little more than that, but 36 maybe. So, do you not have this shirt, Jen? and look, it's got Sasha. It's got his puppy. His puppy just turned a year old. So, he has a Siberian husky named Sasha. So, hello, hello. I should keep making numbers while everybody's coming in because I'm a little behind here. Now, I'll repeat this later, but next week, because I'm having my second shot and I had a bit of a reaction to the first one, I'm not going to do a live next week. What I've done is, like I had done the 1 week where I gave Jan time, I'm giving Melanie time so that she can have a sale, and she'll probably start at 10 o'clock and start that hour earlier, but she'll take over this time slot. She'll probably go from 10 to midnight next week. I'll have to double check, and you'll have to watch on her channel, and I will also see about putting it on my channel. Hey, you know, I don't mind. I don't mind. If she needs to go a little longer, that's okay. That's quite all right, because I'm not ready. I'm still making my number list here. I don't have any of my paperwork ready tonight. So that's okay. We can chit chat a little bit. So what trying to get a preview out today was like trying to pull wisdom teeth out with a pair of pliers. Can I tell you? It was just so bad trying to get that out. So let me tell you what happened. One of my somebody I know fainted in front of her kids. The kids are 10, 9, and 4. Luckily, it was not in front of the 4-year-old. But so I went over there with my friend, and we took care of it, and she went to, because it was her daughter-in-law, and we were having lunch together. So she got the call, and we both went over because she went to the hospital with a daughter-in-law, and I volunteered to stay with kids. So I was kind of busy. I was kind of busy taking care of other stuff. And then finally got to bed at 4 a.m. and then got up at noon, and then was trying to run around like a chicken with my head cut off to get to the post office for the things that were invoiced and paid for. And then to start pulling stuff for the sale because I'd had no time the day before. And then I get to work, and it just was rapid fire, one right after the other. They shorted our store half of its shipment. So people are complaining because there's empty stuff everywhere, like everywhere. Some sections of shelving was completely bare. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. So we will have fun tonight. I've got to try to make sure I don't repeat any numbers on here. Let's see. I did that one. I didn't do that one. It's like football where they say the numbers and then go hike. All right, that should be enough numbers, and then we'll just wing it. We'll just make stuff up. Yes, there's Melanie, the lovely Melanie. Next week, she will start at 10 p.m. to forever. I love it. But I would rather, give another seller a chance to come, be with the Night Owls, because I just don't feel comfortable that I won't have a reaction to the second shot. I had a reaction to the first one. They had to give me Benadryl immediately because my tongue started to swell up. I was getting lightheaded. I started having a reaction. So I'd rather be safe and spread the wealth of the Night Owls, the fun of being here at night. So I offered it to Melanie, and hopefully I will be able to be in the chat and have fun with you guys. Because half the time I can't see half the chat because I'm busy looking for what I've got to sell. So we have some fun stuff tonight. How'd y'all like that? If for those of you that saw that heaven awful preview that I tried to do, I'm so deleting that tonight. How many of you saw that perfume bottle tonight? Isn't that a beauty? Let me tell you, when you see it, that's the stopper alone is about 4 inches, maybe 5 inches tall, just for the stopper. It's a gorgeous piece. Oh, Julie had a birthday? Well, happy birthday. Oh no, Uncle Andy. Uncle Andy, your box for me went out this morning, early this morning. My brother has found a job he can do. He has no problem taking boxes that already have the shipping on them and standing in line at the post office so they can scan them. He loves it. Gives him a chance to go talk to people. Great. I'm going to take advantage of that. It'll help. Because, it just having another set of hands to help do any part of this would be wonderful. So on the 18th, okay, 2 days ago. So your sweet little, now wait, let's do this the Gary way. So in the Gary world, when a woman has a birthday, he immediately tells them that you sweet little old thing, you can't be more than 16, right? I prefer 21 because, at least then you're legal. Hello, Possum. Nate is in the house. Our wonderful Nate. So do you want to do jewelry first or ephemera first? What do you want to do tonight? That Noah's Ark card game looks pretty cool. I have to figure out if I have any left. I'm not sure I do after that sale. I think I may have sold them all that night. Oh, Jan, have you seen Nate's collection? On Nate's videos on his channel of his collection? Oh, yeah. Jan has her own term for us. We're not mods. We're not moderators. We're Smurfs. We're little helper Smurfs. Personally, I prefer elves, but because I don't think everybody'd like it if I said I had little helper fairies. I'm not sure how well that would go because sooner or later somebody's gonna take offense, and I'm talking about little creatures with wings. I see jewelry and I see both. Oh, either one. Well, jewelry is right in the front of the box. We'll have to take that one off its card. So now that one, I haven't even looked it up. This one is marked. So that'll be fun. Let's get the jewelry out here because it's little and then I don't have to worry about it. I can stack it in a cup or something. Come here, Poodle. Come back here. Poodle is running away. Now, most of these are the earrings. Most of them are clips. There's a couple of screwbacks. I think there's only 2 that are, maybe 3, that are regular pierced ears. So, don't run away. Come back here. Now, one thing I have is I have this great bracelet. I love how those beads look. Hey, why is it dim? That's why it's dim. That would have been bad. I didn't turn the power strip on. My phone would have died, and you guys would have gone all black, and you guys had wondered what had happened. So this is really, really pretty, but it's just too small for me. Now it is marked. Where's that loop? Now, how do you say that? DeVille? I mean, that's how you say it when it's a car. DeAuville. So it is definitely a maker. It's probably from the 1960s, maybe the 1950s. They are really nicely done. And it has these great clasp ends that, you got this little piece that folds over, but it's this nice pattern to it. But it's small. It just can't fit it on my wrist. So it's just 7 inches. So it's a little thing. It's for a tiny little wrist because the beads are big. So really, when it's closed, I think you need I think you need a 6-inch wrist, because when it's closed, it only comes down, the opening part only comes down to 3 inches, because the width of the beads takes some of the space away. So you need a 6-inch wrist for this. And it is made by DeVille. So it is a marked piece. It has the name on both these flat parts on either side. It says DeVille on both sides. Yeah, you probably could get an extender, but it really is a nice, mid-century modern kind of piece. Well, fudge. I put all the jewelry on top of my notebook that I need to write on. Oh my. Been that kind of day. Oh, I know you're going to be an offer up because you're something really good. Come here, you. Okay, so for the bracelet, the mid-century modern bracelet, this is $6 for the DeVille bracelet. And it's number 10. $6, number 10 for the DeVille mid-century modern looking 6-inch bracelet. Okay. Miss Pamela. I got you, hon. Now, that was the only bracelet I found. Then I found this. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a bit later, but it is really well made, but no maker's marks. I found nothing, and I'm going to double check again because sometimes I miss, since I was in such a hurry today. And there's nothing. But look at this. Can you see that? Every one of those little stones is prong set, and it goes all the way across. Now, it's a choker because, you know, it ain't fitting on my fat neck. I am not Tinkerbell, honey. Ain't no Tinkerbell here. Well, we won't go there, but I am not I'm not the one in the house that's Tinkerbell. So it's a 14-inch. So it goes down to the 7. So that's at its last little loop, would be a 14-inch. And, you know, I haven't tested any of this for gold, but I think if it would be gold, it'd be gold plated only on this exterior line. If this has any gold on it, it's probably plated and it's on this line here. But it is a 14-inch choker, beautiful, good shine on the rhinestones in there. When you could see them up close, they've got a really good sparkle to them, a good reflection of light. So for this choker, this is $9 for this. And it is number 2. $9, number 2 for the choker. Because I know that one is really well put together. That's a higher end piece. I wish I had known about YouTube and reselling back when I had all the 1940s stuff. It would have been awesome. Okay, now let's do the pierced ones first. Who's pierced? You're not pierced. You are, and you are. Okay, so for the pierced earrings, I only have, oh no, you're not pierced. I only have 2 that are pierced. Now, these are modern, and they're little dolphins. They're made by Mandalay Bay, and they are, I looked on their website. Now, Mandalay Bay is a resort and casino in Las Vegas, and they have their own jewelry that they get marketed specifically as Mandalay Bay jewelry. So you have this lovely little pair of dolphins. They have little rhinestone eyes, and it's $4 for the Mandalay Bay dolphin earrings. It's just $4, number 73. $4, number 73 for the dolphin earrings. All right. Now, hold on to your hats for these. These are real. These are not plastic. These are not super modern. They are pierced in the oddest piercings I've ever seen. So the back, can you see how thick that piece is? That's not a straight wire. It's actually like a little rectangle. That's the part that goes through your ear. But the front is this. Come on, focus on the thing and not on my finger. Ah, I can't get it to focus well enough. But in that's a neat little face, and I can't get it to focus that well. But it is a beautiful cameo. Now, they are not marked 925. They are marked 800 on the back. I don't know why. They are hand carved, so they are slightly different. And you can wear them facing into your head or facing out. But they are teeny little things. So these are an offer up. And, oh, somebody wanted 73. Melissa Lynn. Send to, that's the niche lady, right? For Rachel. Oh, 800 is a European silver grade. Absolutely sure they're women's faces. Partly because of the hair. Their hair on both of them is in an upsweep where they've pulled it up and there's this ring of curls up here and then there's little curls on the base of the neck. They are women's faces. Okay, Melissa, I got you for the dolphins. So these are an offer up for these wonderful cameos set in sterling. And we're going to start these at $15 because these are the real deal. These wonderful cameo earrings. So we're going to start, and you can start now. I mean, I used to sell cameos at the Delaware Art Museum, and earrings this size would have been $200. I just wish I could get it to focus real well. So I see Tammy Renee at 15. This is an offer. That's one thing. They are pierced, Nettie. They are. Where's that piece of paper? They are pierced, but it's odd because the piercing is this long piece, and then this snaps in over the back. And that's how they go on. I think they're chalcedony. Because the reason I think that is because the background is a kind of a toffee color, and the shell doesn't usually have that. That's why I think they might be the chalcedony. And I see them at 20. And as Nate said, European is 800 is for silver grade in Europe. But they definitely are women's faces. They are wonderful. And we are at 20. I see Tammy at 22. But they are a wonderful pair. But, you know, you only need so many cameo earrings, and I already have other ones that I do wear. No, I don't think they're cufflinks because you don't have the right, it wouldn't stay. I don't think it would stay in a cufflink. And see, it goes through and then locks through because there's a little hole that goes through and locks on. But they are a great pair. And I see Tammy Renee at 22. And that is a steal for these. So we are yeah, are they leverbacks? Because I have never ever seen earrings close like that before. So I didn't really know what to call them. But it is a hinged piece, but it's also a, you know, it is a pierced ear. And get on there. So we have, okay, and it is sold for 22 to Tammy. I love the ones we used to get. I don't know where. I think they were imported from Italy. The ones we used to sell at the Delaware Art Museum. And we would get some gorgeous pins. And she would always try to order stuff that wasn't your typical cameo. And we would always sell out. So she wouldn't order just the stuff that had faces. We would have the three graces. We would have bouquets of flowers. We would have animals. And those are the cameos you never see, the ones that have something other than the faces. Congrats, Tammy. They are wonderful. Now that was the only pierced ones I have. Now I have screwback earrings and I have clip. So let's deal with the screwbacks. And okay, let's do this one first. A heart and a key. So I guess it's to tell someone that they have the key to your heart. Now, I think these, I remember these being my aunt's, and they didn't have, like, sometimes the front is something really big, but this, the front is really tiny. It's just this little gold piece. My brother's rent check is getting a workout here. So it just has this little gold strip, and that's what's in the front. It's just that. And then it's a little gold heart, and it dangles, as you can see, because it doesn't want to cooperate. That's all right, Angela. Good night. I know you've been having a tough time at work lately, too. And you've got other things going on. You poor dear. You must be exhausted. But it's also got this teeny little key. So they're gold tone. It is a pair. I know I'm only showing one, but it's hard to hold them up. But they are a screwback. And it is a neat little dangly pair. And that's one thing with screwbacks. You don't always see dangly ones. So, oh, those are, yeah, latchback. See, I'm used to French hooks, clips, screws, but I've not seen latchback before. So these little screwback earrings with the key to your heart, this pair is $5. And it's number 60. $5, number 60. Good night, Jen, because I know you have to work in the morning. Yeah, they would be fun to wear as singles. They would be cute that way. Now, these are, I found pictures of all people. I see you, Belinda. Okay, so my dad's mother was not known for being the hip chick by any means. And so I am... So I was real surprised that these are from that grandmother. But I think her daughter bought her for her. So these are from like the late 60s going into the 70s. And they are, again, screwback earrings, and there's no maker's mark. Really? You know, I can't wait till I have the room set up, because I so want to have a webcam that I could do close-ups with. So this is a screwback. There's no maker's mark, but look at all, now that's the back. It has this nice gold tone metal filigree all around a purple stone. And the purple stone, it feels like plastic, but not. So I think it might be a piece of lucite that's been colored, because when you touch them, they do have a little bit of weight, but they don't seem as heavy as I would think they would be if they were a piece of quartz. but they've also got all the striation marks as for corks. For corks, yeah, for quartz. So these are really cute, very, very 60s, I think. Because I'm sorry, I don't remember seeing that kind of lightweight filigree in the 70s too much, or in the 50s. And this pair is $5, and it's number 15. $5, number 15 for this pair. And Jose, I don't think do I have your information? F-E-B-V-R-E. I think they're made to look like amethyst, but I don't know that they really are. There's another pair, and see, that pair seems so light, and this pair seems a little heavier, but the stone is bigger, and it is cold to the touch. And I would swear they're made by the same company, because the backs, it's the same type of screw backs. But these are dangly ones. And they've got a little seed pearl. They've got a little seed pearl at the top. And then they hang down. And they've got a piece of gold wrapped around each one. Yeah, when in doubt, Josie, when in doubt, send it to me again. Because actually, that's something I didn't do. I usually have my Yahoo account open so I can see if new buyers have emailed me, and I forgot to open that up. Oh, I'll take care of that when I'm done. No, I need that. I just got a shock. There's a notice there that I'm going to have to refund your item due to damage done to one of the items. I don't care. Give them to me anyway. I need that particular item. That was a shock. I need that item for scouts. I found some 1952 scouting magazines from someone, and I'm trying to find something that references scouting for each decade, and that would have been perfect because it would have given me the 1950s. I mean, I do have a 1956 or 58 handbook, but Scouting Magazine gives you a lot of pictures, and I teach Scouting Heritage Merit Badge. So I want to try to have something like Scouting Magazine that has a lot of pictures to help teach the history of scouting, which I need for that merit badge. So I'll have to deal with that email later. Oh, okay. So Melissa, you want them sent to you? Okay, I will cross that off. No problem. Now, before I got so good, it's like squirrel. I've been on such an adrenaline run all day. So this is for the purple dangly ones. And these are $5, and these are number 4. And these, again, these are a screwback. The purple dangly ones are $5, number 4. I used to wear a lot of this kind of jewelry because doing the operettas, you know, you needed period looking jewelry. And, you know, I never like screwbacks are okay. Clip-ons, I often tended to lose the clip-ons. It really depended on how tight they were. Okay, this pair is the last. Now, this pair is going to be a little more, because I know these are older. They have the rhodium. See all that shiny silver? That's not sterling. See how the back is? That's rhodium. I honestly don't know what rhodium is, but I know that's a good thing when you find vintage jewelry that has the rhodium backs. Now, don't let it fool you. There is a spot right there that makes it seem like there's a stone missing, but there is not. That because it's the same on both of them. And it's when you look at it with a loop, there's no prongs or anything. This is wonderful green. And it's a matching pair. Whoops, this way. It's a beautiful matched pair. I was really surprised that there's no maker's mark on these. But it is a wonderful green. I like the little swishy swirly things over the top. I think those are really cool. Don't focus on my nails, focus on the piece. Why does it never want to focus on the piece? So for the, and they are screwback, for the screwback rhodium and green stone, for this pair, I'll call them 1940s heart. These are $6. These are $6 because these are definitely a little more upscale than the others. And this is number 39. 39. The nice part too, though, about having vintage ones, you can often get the ones that have the screwbacks. You can often get them. Yeah, I know. Most of the good older stuff is rhodium plated. That's why I know that one. And I even $6 is kind of a steal, but that's okay. Because I used to, there was so much jewelry. I actually went and did a couple of vintage sales and actually was selling a lot of the jewelry. And I had people who were dealers come up mad at me because I was getting all the attention. They weren't selling their stuff because their prices were through the roof. And I compared mine to the prices that were on eBay at the time and did it that way. And so I sold out and they didn't. And they got, two of them got really kind of annoyed. So, you know, but at the time, I mean, really, we walked into one tiny little bedroom that was maybe, I think that bedroom was 7 by 7 feet. And everything we opened had jewelry in it, either stuff that my aunt made or supplies to make it or vintage stuff. It just was crazy. So now we get to the clips. And again, there's no maker's mark. Now this one, it's a good strong clip. You want something that's going to hold. You can hear that little click because sometimes the clips lose their strength, and that's not good because then you'll lose it. You'll have it fall off. Now these are if I can spell squares right. So these have a rolled up side, but that's a nice little floral. Nope, this way. Honestly, who programs these computer cameras? It wants a close-up of your knuckles instead of the piece you're trying to show. Now, these are an inch square for these two. Come on. And when you wear them, they would be that way. They would be on the diagonal, on the point rather. And these are $5, and these are number 20. But it's all this neat little leaves and little flowers on the gold piece. They look like a Park Lane. I don't know Park Lane. Yes, those are clips, Nettie. Those are clips. I like the floral pattern on the center, but it's $5, number 20. I can hold for the Canadians, but this particular week, I would rather send it out because I am determined. I am down to just the last 8 people who have not gotten their stuff, and I want to have all the stuff from this sale and as much as I can of other stuff that I still have here from others to get it out this week before I get my shot on Tuesday. But otherwise, normally, Josie, I would hold for the Canadians until you have a little more. I know I still have a fair amount for Belinda and for Terry Candeloro. And then 7 other people. 6? No, 7. 7 other people still have to get their items. Yeah, I mean, so like I said, for this week, but otherwise, especially if it's small stuff for a Canadian, it doesn't make sense unless it's close to 2 pounds. It should stay under 2 pounds if at all possible. So that's what I can do. Now, these say Trifari. Now, there's nothing to say that they're sterling, and they are a clip. And I think these are 70s, maybe 80s. They do have a clip, and it's just a little silver loop. It kind of looks like alternating leaves on these, and these are a clip, but they are Trifari, but they don't have, I mean, they have it marked. It's marked on, I know you guys will never be able to read it because this camera is just not going to pick that up, but it is marked on the clip part Trifari. And so these are $5. I did not find any markings that they are sterling. And honestly, they don't have that look. They look more like rhodium than they do the sterling. But these hoops are Trifari hoops. They are $5. They are number 18. No, Nettie, I didn't get you. There you are at the top. Okay, Nettie. You're another one, Nettie. I have a lot of stuff for you. And you want number 18 as well. Okay. Now, I have one more set of earrings. And these are older. It's a good, strong clip. Again, no marks, though. But these are really kind of cool. And they're all beaded. They look almost black in the light, but they definitely are blue. They are dark blue, and they have little blue crystal beads and then little gold facets, but they are a navy blue. They are not black. They look almost black to me in the picture. So these are, now these I know are, they're not old enough to be from the 40s because there's a picture of my grandmother in these that's from 1957. So they're definitely probably from the 70s. I mean, from the 50s. They are really pretty cool. There's no mark. And that's what the back looks like. And it is a good tight clip. It will hold. And now some of them you find, some of the ones from the 40s, this little piece that goes against your ear will actually have ridges on it on some of the better made ones. This does not. None of these have those ridges. They're all smooth, but it does have a good tight clasp on these. But these are definitely from the 1950s. And this is $5 for the beaded ones, number 5. $5, number 5 for those dark blue beaded ones from the 50s. Yeah, right? The 50s, starting in the 50s, you start seeing those rivets. And Nettie wants those too. I have some that I used to wear all the time, and then I pierced my ears. And once you pierce your ears, it's hard to wear a screw back. I was so disappointed. And I still have them, I think. I had some beautiful enameled seahorses that were screwbacks. And I was so disappointed when I got my ears pierced and found out that where they would have to fit on my ear is actually where the hole is. And they hurt to be right over top of the hole. All right. I have 4 pieces of jewelry left. Now we're going to do this one because this one is an offer. It's a necklace. And now what size chain is this? Okay, so the chain is only 17 inches. I don't see a mark on the chain. There is a mark on the back of the critter. Hang on. Yeah, the mark on the back of the critter just says FM, which is Franklin Mint. So it was a special Franklin Mint piece. Now the box, she has issues, right? So box be free. Comes in a little pouch. Pouch be free. It says it is crafted in 24 karat gold electroplate and is shown on the branch of its favorite tree. Now it does say from Christmas 1981 from Gary. But this is a 24 karat gold plated necklace of a koala on its branch. Isn't that awesome? And this is an offer up, and we're starting at $8. Starting at $8. This is an offer up. Look at that little face. Is it going to focus? It's not going to focus on the little face. Why won't you focus on the cute little face? But this is an offer up. Oh, I wish this thing would do justice to this. You can't see his adorable little face. He's so stinking cute. And he is, I mean, all the paperwork's with it, that he's crafted in 24, he's probably gold plated, but he's plated in 24 karat gold. He's hanging on his eucalyptus branch. He is absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. And it is an offer up. I see Belinda at 8. I see Belinda at 8 for the collectible koala necklace that is from the Franklin Mint. And it says FM and 80 on the back. So it was probably only ever issued in 1980. And we only have a few more seconds. It is an offer up. I see Belinda for 8. Anyone want to go any higher? So we have going once. And I'll put him right back into his little pouch in there. Going twice. And sold for 8 to Belinda. Congratulations, Belinda. That was a piece from my mom, and I honestly don't ever remember that thing being out of the box. Belinda for the gold necklace. Now, I've worn this on stage a couple times. It's a little heart, and it's got different colored stones alternating with little seed beads. It's just a little thing. It has one of those clasps that have the little piece that you have to turn around and lock the end in place. It's got some weight to it. And each of the little stones are inside. They're mounted inside a little rose. But if you look, you can see how two of the when it was made, this side, this one's not set where it should be, and neither is this one up here. They're actually kind of off kilter. They should be in that little dip. There's a little this way. There's a little dip right there that it should be sitting in. So this little guy is it's just over an inch long. So this little heart one is $5, and it's number 34. $5, number 34 for the little heart. All right. Last piece of jewelry. Now, who likes their puppies? Because this one, oh, Tammy? Okay. This is another offer up. What I'm going to show you is a wonderful enamel pin. And enamel pins are really, there is quite a collectible market for enamel pins. There's also a collectible market for animal pins, and then there's one for dog pins. And let me tell you, this guy's got everything going on. The back of him, the enameling is perfect. There is nothing wrong. He's got a good clasp that holds, that locks in. It's a little white poodle with a hat. Look at that face. Mind you, he's got a body that's skin tone, so somebody shaved him a little too close. But isn't that darling? Isn't that absolutely darling? So he is an offer up. He is starting at $6. He is everything going on you could want for an enamel pin. Now let's see. He is about an inch and a quarter tall. Look at that pose. He is just walking across your shirt. Isn't that great? Yes, it's got the summer cut. It's got this great little mint green hat on. This thing is everything you could want in an enamel pin for a collector or for somebody who just loves their little poodle schnoodles. So I see Olivia at $6. This is an offer up. I'm not seeing anywhere on this except, and it took me the longest time because there's this little dot on the nose, and I honestly couldn't tell if that was a wear to the enamel or if it was its nose, because it's right on the end of the nose. So, but this little one is adorable. I mean, this is the epitome of little French poodle pin because it's got those big pom-poms, the one on the tail, the ones on the legs. Absolutely adorable. I see Nettie at 7, and we've just got a few more seconds. And we have Nettie at 7. Olivia at 8. Whenever, YouTube catches up to me here. Okay. Oh, Nettie just came in at 9. I'm telling you, man, what a great little find. Absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. Oh, wow, Olivia, bidding like you mean it. She's not letting this baby go. Olivia in at 12. Honestly, I love finding enamel pins because I think they're just so fantastic and adorable. So we have going once to Olivia. Nettie is out. Okay, so if Nettie is out, then we can do going twice. And sold for 12 to Olivia. Nate, are your seasons kind of backwards to ours? Are you getting colder weather and we're getting hotter? Olivia Sessa. I just love that little pin. It's a doll. It is absolutely adorable. All right. Let's do some ephemera. So I have, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Now, these were put out in 1958 by the National Wildlife Federation. And they had different artists. Well, let's see how many I have that are by the one artist. They had different artists do animals. Now, this one, the guy actually put his name. You can see it says Al Kreml. And I think their series, I think the actual series, I think there's about 50 of these things. But I only have 4 of them. So that is a Fisher, which is a member of the weasel family. And it tells you on the back, it gives you this neat little thing that shows you what part of the country it was found in and a brief description. And so we have that one. And then now some people collect these based on who the artist is. I found that out. I sold off a bunch of these a long time ago and I thought they were all gone. But I found these 4. And then we have a Bison. And the Bison is by Don R. Eckelberry. And remember, these are from 1958, so they are vintage. This is a hoary marmot. Hoary. That's hoary, right? I've never seen that. I grew up watching, Wide World of Animals and National Geographic specials. I've never seen that before. I don't know what that is. So, it's a type of woodchuck in the Canadian Rockies and in Glacier, Olympic, and Rainier National Parks. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if he were in Canada? So and then there's a Mule Deer. Now, this one's also by Maynard Reese. It's a really nice one. So you have these. So there's 4 of them. And they're wonderful, wonderful pictures. And they've never been used. So they're from 1958. And these are $5 for the 4 of them. Number 7. $5, number 7 for the 1958 animals. Day Trip Vintage. And I know that's a steal because that's less than $1 a postcard. Well, it's a little bit more than. Most postcards on eBay, the lowest price you usually see is $4 for a single one. And I have a lot of postcards I need to get listed on the eBay, but I like to share the wealth with you guys too. So how many of you like horses? These are all from Alfred Mainzer. And the nice part of Alfred Mainzer did a huge amount of postcards. That company was the premier postcard company back in the day, and all through, I don't know when they started, but I think they started in the 19 teens, like 1910s, 15 or something. I don't remember if he started before or right after World War I. And they'll have Alma. They'll have that symbol. They used that symbol for decades. And they were known for their postcards. And when photography, Kodachrome photography came in, they embraced it very quickly and started releasing color photograph postcards. The only thing that's a bugger is they didn't always date their postcards. And when I look at the backs, these 3 are all from one date and series because they're all marked the same. But then this one, even though it's the same company, you could see is marked differently. But they are vintage ones. They are horses. Now you've got the beautiful mother with the foal, and they're all numbered. He always numbered theirs, so you could always order any part of the series. So that's $8.93, and the others are $8.83 and $8.84. So the older ones, you have this little one, and then you have 2. There's 2 of this one, of this great looking right at you horse. So you have these 4, and these are $5. And these are number 30 for the 4 Alfred Mainzer horse postcards. And they're number 30. All right. Hello, Hazel. How are you tonight? Now, I have 2 dog cards from the Alfred Mainzer line. Now, the only problem with these is there's a little crimp. Like, I don't know if you can see how it's not perfectly straight. There's a little bit of a crimp right here where it looks like somebody accidentally like pinched it in. And you have this one, which is, now here's the other thing too, is these were pre-World War II. And it says printed in Belgium on the back. But again, it is still that same mark. Now this one is a Skye Terrier. Isn't that cute? And then this one just says police dog. And this one, William George, George, was the artist. There's no artist on the terrier. So you have these two, and these are from pre-World War II. So these are either from the 20s or the 30s, because the font that's used on here, and the fact that it's printed in Belgium for the company, that's what they were doing in the 30s. And so these, because they're not perfect, this is $3 for the two of them. And it's number 9. But aren't they just great vintage look to them? This puppy and this puppy are so cute. But it's $3 for the 2 postcards from the 1930s, and it's number 9. All right. Who's ready for a piece of Shawnee? Are you ready for the piggy? Misty had one of these about 2 months ago. That's the only reason I know what it is. It's the only reason I know. Jenny +1, yes, please send me an email that has your info on it. And my email address is right there. And it's all the usual stuff. I need your name, your address, your PayPal email, and if your YouTube name is different from your real name, please put your YouTube name in there too, so that I can keep track. And actually, I wanted to quick check. Don't see Josie. Jose. I'm butchering that, and I don't mean to. I'm just horrible with names. So, all right. So, but Misty had one, and it's Shawnee. It's not marked, but that's the only way. What cracks me up is he's got one heck of pig butt. Man, I wish we all had such tight butt as that. And that, he got some serious curvature going on back there. Now, he's got one flaw. There's a serious bit of crazing, like right through here. He does have some general crazing all over, but there's a darker line running right through here, which I don't think, well, maybe you can see it. It's on an angle right there. It looks almost like a hair laying across it right there. And it doesn't, I run my fingernail over it and I can feel it. So it might be the start of a crack, but even the slot, there's no chipping and wear. It's beautiful. They made this little thing. Shawnee made this in blue and in pink. And it's adorable. And there's no chips. I mean, there is the expected crazing. Now, this little red dot, this is under the glaze. So that little red dot is probably some of the paint from the pink, but that is underneath the glaze. So that's from the manufacturer. Now, how many of you know the secret to getting money out of banks like this? You don't have to break them. You take a knife. I'm going to take this teeny little thing, but you take a flat knife and you put it through the hole, and then you shake, because then the coins will eventually hit the flat of the knife and slide out. That's how you get money out of these kind of things without tearing them apart. You have to know the secret. So this Shawnee pig is an offer up, because you don't come across a piece of Shawnee every day. So we're going to start him at $7. Look at that face. So start now. We're going to start at $7. Yeah, you put a little knife in and then you shake it. And my grandfather had taught me that. because he had quite a few really cool looking old banks like that. But isn't that, I just can't get over the smile and the eyelashes. Are they not on point, those eyelashes? They are on point. No man drew those. Well, maybe nowadays, but back then, no man drew those. So I see Tammy at 10, Nettie at 12. It is a wonderful, wonderful piece. I'm so thankful to Misty. It is 6.5 inches high. He's 6.5 inches high. Got that wonderful smug look. And the coloring goes halfway around on each side, but then they never colored the back. I see Nettie at 12. But it is just a wonderful find, a wonderful piece. And this is something that I did not find in the Estates. This is something I found on a shelf in a store and went, oh, I know what that is. I have to save it. Poor tidbits and treasures, Tammy. Oh, hon, there's a lot of cool stuff tonight. There's a lot of cool stuff tonight. We haven't even gotten to the glass. I see Nettie at 15. And we're going down on time here. So is that all we have? Is Nettie at 15? Anybody going to come in for more? It is a wonderful little piggy. And I'm not even big on pigs, but I just love that face. That smile is perfect. So I have going once for 15. Nettie is after this pig. She's seriously after this pig bank. And we have, Mr. L. Page sneaking in there. Okay, so going once for 17. Nettie, what are you going to respond to that, Nettie? It is a great one. It really is a great find. So we have going once for 17. Nettie comes in with a counter at 19. Is there going to be a response? Oh, and Tammy sneaks in with a 20. She's decided. This is like the old, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Something and his City Slickers, and the name escapes me. And it was all novelty stuff, and they did one that was all about a horse race. And the names are wild that they did, and I can't think of the name. And Nettie, Nettie is out. Nettie is out, and we have Mr. L. Page at 22. So are we, and Tammy is out for good. So we're going once at 22. Going twice. Give a second or two for the lag, because the lag is just awful. Okay. For 22. Congratulations. Yeah, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off earlier, but I still managed to find some cool stuff. Good night, Nate. Oh, you're cooking dinner? I need to find a guy that can cook and that can do plumbing. What plumber do I have to date to get that bathroom fixed? I spent over a year having cold showers because the hot water would leak. Now the cold water leaks. Worse than the hot water. And there's only one shower in this house. 2 bathrooms upstairs, but only one of them has a shower. So that suddenly bumped everything out of the way to become the next goal on the list very quickly. Plumbing. Okay, so after that excitement, after that lovely little bit of excitement, I have a pair of these. These are hand crocheted. I do like the blue. I think the blue is pretty. They're pretty big. They're an 8-inch square, and it seems more like it's that cotton. So you could, because of the size of them, you could use these as washcloths, or you could use them as hot pads on the table. You could use them as pot holders, whatever you want to use them for. So, oh yeah, Nettie, 1 bathroom and 3 people. One of the reasons my mother wanted this house was because there were 4 toilets in this house at the time, and they had 5 kids. Because there was what we called the indoor outhouse in the basement. But one of the things Dad did to the house is when they put in new windows in the basement, they only did a few of them, but they did a few at least that were more energy efficient windows. But they took off one of the walls of the indoor outhouse and they turned all the water off to it. And here's my mom, who was a polio survivor, going, but I use that bathroom, and we always had to keep that one clean so that you could use that, because it was basically a powder room in the basement. And they shut the thing off on her. So that has to get rehabbed. Hoping none of that leaks when we do. But then there's a powder room on the first floor. But upstairs, there is a front bathroom, which only has a tub. But the tub's all messed up because that's where Lurch was kept for way too long, and it messed up the finish on the tub. Lurch is a whole other story we'll save for a live chat. We're not going into the animals that we've had in this house tonight. But that messed up that tub, but that tub doesn't have a shower. And then the leak is in the only shower in the house, in the back bathroom. Old house, fun times. The biggest problem really has been the 1935 stuff, because in the middle of the Depression, if they could cut corners and costs, they did it in all the spots you couldn't see. And that's your wiring and your electric. And that's not been fun fixing, but we've getting one job at a time. So we have the blue cloths, hot pads, whatever you want them to be. It's $5 for the pair. They are hand done. They're really well done. And I'm pretty sure that's the cotton, which makes them great because it's not like the acrylic. But it's $5, number 75 for these. $5, number 75 for those. Now, I know some people collect these. That's right, one thing at a time. The heater got done. And bless you all, because you helped with that, because there were some costs associated with that piping down there for that heater that I had no way to cover. And right now I'm saving up. I've just about got enough for the taxes for one of the tax bills that's here. That's another reason why I'm trying to get this backlog invoices done. So I may give him a little bit of a bath, because this fringe up here looks like it's a little bit dusty. But he is a cute little thing. And I know people like owls, and I also know people like the macrame owls. He's got a very long tail to him. So that tail alone is 6 inches. He's a cute little guy. And he is $6, because that's a lot of handwork to get in there and make all that. He is $6, number 80. $6, number 80 for the macrame owl. He is cool. Lavish mango. Okay. Oh, they came in right on top of each other on mine. Let me hit top chat, back to live chat, and make sure who was first. Lavish was first. Okay. So he really is kind of cool. I had a brother, one of my brothers, I had a brother. He's still my brother. He's annoying, but he's still my brother. My brother David used to collect owls, and he had some fantastic ones. Oh, Hazel. That's right. You bought the Woody doll. We had a lot of fun over that title when we sold that. We had a lot of fun that night. Well, I'm glad she likes it. What do we want to do now? All right, let's do one of these silly little things. So I found some vintage soaps. Perfumed Guest soap. Now, some dust got in here a little bit because the plastic right there is shot. But they're in the original packaging because there is a little hole right there. So the 6 soaps, Rover Company. See, like my grandmother bought tons of these. Now we emptied that house it was after I graduated high school, so it was after 1984. It was after I went to London, so that was 88. But it was before Dad died, and that was 96. So sometime between 1988 and 1996, that's when this became part of the inheritance. So the seashell soaps, the funny part is, you can there is still a faint perfume smell to them. So, boy, they must have been really strong. But these are $4 for these, if you're interested. And they're number 29. $4, number 29, if you're interested in the seashell soaps. Now we have what was he? So now we have a little tumbling piggy. Now I don't know who made him. He's got a little piece of felt on there. And because I can't see the base, I can't tell if he's resin or not because I can't see the bottom. So I don't know if he's resin. Oh, good night, Christina. But he's just so cute. Just tumbling around. I mean, he sits like that. His butt's up in the air. He's just falling all over himself. So it's $5 for the tumbling pig. It's $5, number 40. $5, number 40 for the tumbling little piggy. I'm running out of numbers tonight. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Did I do? I didn't. Did that. Okay. Oh, Catherine, you make clothing. Oh, wow. It's a lot to move. It's a lot of work. And I can't move. Warehouse 13. I can't move. Melanie, I will be using letters, but there's still a lot left in this box. The jewelry took up a good chunk of the numbers, and I didn't have my list ready just because I didn't have the time. Everything was kind of crazy. All right, so let's do let's do another piece of glass. I have a big old bluebird of happiness. And this is another offer up for a Leo Ward bluebird. And we're going to start this. We're going to start this one at 7 because this one is a big one. That is quite the chunk of blue glass that he's sitting on. And it says, this little bluebird is here to say your speedy recovery is on its way. I mean, this is some serious paperweight here. There's no chips. There's no cracks. The little dip of a nose is good. It is signed Leo Ward 2004, and it has the sticker on the bottom, Bluebird of Happiness, Terrace Studios. So it has everything you would want on there. So this is an offer, and we're starting it at 7. Now, I don't come across the big ones too often, and I haven't seen the big ones. I've never seen one with a message either. That's why I decided right away that this needed to be an offer up, because I've never, ever seen one with a message. I haven't seen one in another live sale from anybody else. It's very different. It's very different having that. I see Hazel at 7. I know I have one that I sold a couple sales ago that was 2 of them on a heart. And Jeffrey had one that was 1, and then it had a big piece of blue glass that had a spot for a votive on it. But I've never seen anybody have one with a message. And usually you don't see the sticker either. You might see the signature, but you don't find the sticker. And 2004, I don't know what the dates are for these. Leo Ward. And I have Hazel at 7. Is anybody else interested? Robin at 8. It's 4 inches across the bottom. And it's a little over. Well, let's just say it's not quite 3 3/4 tall. I see Debbie Gray has come in for 10. And Debbie and Robin, if you have not sent me your info, I do need you to send me your info. There's Jose. Oh, Debbie Gray, I have yours. Good. And I have Hazel at 11. I like the cobalt blue, but I still want to find one of these in red. I want one of the little cardinals. And I see Deb Beachy. You're new. Hello. Right, Debbie Gray, I have your info. I have your email here. So I have 12. Deb Beachy, you're new, and I do need you. And it was the other one. And Robin is out, but I do need to have an email that has your name and your address and your PayPal information, your email for PayPal. Okay. So Robin is out. Oh, and Belinda came in there towards the end for 15. But it is a beauty. And I do use pirate ship. So even though this has some weight, there will be a little less on the postage. Who let you back in? I suddenly have a cat at my feet. I think we're about to be photobombed. Oh. Okay, I see Robin is out and Debbie Gray is out. I'm going to sit that over there. What do you want? Your timing, as usual, is impeccable. Mr. L. Page at 17 for the bird. for the lovely, lovely bluebird of happiness with the saying on it. Little bluebird is here to stay. Your speedy recovery is on its way. It is just so different having that little saying on there. So I have Mr. L. Page. Come on. For 17. What do you want? Your timing, really? Oh, now I've offended you. Okay. And sold 17 to Mr. L. Page. And thank you very much. Now we have let's do some ephemera. So I have a Woody Woodpecker book. Now this one says it's from 1974. Now the copyright says 61, but the also says 6th printing, 1974. The front page has a little bit of issues. There's a little tear right in the corner. The cover is not bad, though. This is what they call rounded. That the corner down here is rounding off because it's not a perfect square. It has rounded off on all the corners. The binding is tight, but some of the pages have it's mostly the front one. There's a little crinkling all over here. So it is a neat little book. And this is Walter Lance's Woody Woodpecker Takes a Trip. It's a little golden book from 1974. And this one is $4. And it's number 23. $4, number 23. Yeah, the colors in it are still fantastic. The colors are still really nice. Belinda Carroll. I forgot to silence my phone. It keeps vibrating on me. Who do I have? I have Judy Nelson, Robin Summers, and Debbie Beachy. Thank you very much for registering. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I should have looked this one up, and it's my own fault I didn't. So I'm going to put it up anyway. But I have to find a date. This says 1985. I would have been 20 that October. Now, I don't see it in there. Darn. So when you find the old little golden books, I'm going to tell you the secret of how to figure out what printing they are. This one doesn't have it. The older ones do. In the old little golden books, hiding under there, hiding underneath the back cover page on this page would be a letter, and that tells you what edition it is. So when you find the old ones, that's what you want to look. You want to look for a letter A under there on the old ones, because that means you found an old first edition. But this one is Count All the Way to Sesame Street. I want that car. Can I just tell you that I'm loving that? And look at that grill. That's got to be a Rolls Royce, but I'm loving that car. So, I mean, you could if you wanted to, just for fun, because, you know, he is a vampire. You could have that out in Halloween. But it's from 1985 and it's in great shape. There's no marks on the pages, and you can see the corner is still nice and squared. There's no rips, there's no tears. But it is also just $4, number 67. $4, number 67. I wish I could have that car. Nettie. I had one of the gasoline companies. You know how the gas stations used to put out premiums that you could get something free with a full tank of gas. And back in the 70s, yeah, I never did the Cub Scout soapbox derby because there wasn't a Cub Scout thing in my area. So Mike didn't join Scouts until he was 10 and a half when we joined the Scout troop. He hadn't been a Cub Scout beforehand. So I missed all that soapbox derby fun. Now this one, has some great pictures, but it's an X. It's from the state of Delaware. It has a name, has a book plate that says, has received this gift from the Delaware Division of Libraries, Department of Community Affairs. But it is Cowboy Sam. Isn't that a cool graphic? Now, it's got a sticker here. It's got a sticker here. And it's got that book plate inside. And I mean, if that says good, somebody needs to learn how to spell the D the right way. But I'm not finding any other marks in it. But it's from 1978. There's a couple of different stories in it. But they all have these great images that you could either use this, because the cowboy life really, it's disappearing. You know, it really is disappearing. I mean, even on some of the ranches that are out in the Midwest, and they don't really have the cowboy like it used to be, you know, especially like in the 30s. You're just not seeing all that anymore. And a friend of mine was out and did a summer program at a ranch somewhere in Montana. And, you know, they don't use horses anymore. They were using ATVs, which, I'm sorry, I'd rather be on the horse. An ATV, you hit the ground the wrong way, can flip you. And if it lands on you, you're in trouble. So there's 64 pages. There's even a vocabulary list in the back. Is it butterfly nurse? Because in some areas, I mean, he was so dumbfounded that, you know, he went out to Montana and this ranch he was at, he said they didn't even use horses. You took an ATV out to go check all the fencing and all that. And I mean, there was acres and acres and acres and acres. And to do a whole round on the fencing, you actually took camping gear with you because you weren't going to make it all the way around. And it blew my mind. It was like, what do you mean you're not getting on a horse? The only guys that were on the horses were the ones that actually had to round up the cattle, because you need to be up taller than the cattle, and you couldn't round them up on an ATV. So, wow. Yeah, it's such an iconic part of America that I really don't want us to lose it. And so when I found this, I thought, you know, I want this. I want this. And I read it to Mike quite a few times, and he liked it. But like he said, you know, he picked out the storybooks that he wanted to keep in case he has any kids. But everything else, he said, send it on along, let it find somebody else. And okay. So Cowboy Sam here is just $4, and he's number 3. $4, number 3. Yeah, I know there's like places in Canada and everything where there's still cowboys, right? Excuse me, just 1 minute. Kitty, what do you have? Doctor, come here. Let me see. You're not going to... Come here. Crap. That tail didn't look like a fake mouse to me. I think she caught something or brought it in from outside with her because I didn't let her in. I think my cat has a mouse. Uh-oh. Because when she finds them outside, she'll try to sneak them into the house while they're still alive so she can play with them. Yeah. And then once it's broken, she brings it to me then because she'll have broken its leg or something and damaged it, and then it's still partly alive, and she brings it to mommy. Mommy, fix my toy. Oh man. She ran away. She won't let me. She took off. Hey, at least I'm the Boy Scout of the family. I'm not like my sister. My sister like would freak. Me, I'm like, oh, what'd you do now? Yeah, she comes with it. Please fix it. No. I usually end up having to try to quickly dispatch the poor thing because it's wounded badly. Oh my. She's a lousy mouser because she doesn't get the idea that you should kill it. I had one cat that I had to bottle feed. Somebody dumped him on our street. He was named Cosette. I was at that point in the book Les Miserables where Cosette's getting water out at the well in the rain, and it had rained 3 days. And this poor cat, this kitten went back and forth between the hedges, between 3 houses, meowing pitifully. And so I caught it, but the poor thing didn't even have any teeth except the fangs. So the vet told me I had to bottle feed it for 3 weeks. That's a long time of getting up every couple hours in the middle of the night to bottle feed a kitten. But that cat answered to its name. And if you get a cat that answers to its name, you leave it whatever you named it. And Cosette, I had somebody tell me, oh, yeah, it's a girl. But as he got bigger, something else got bigger. And we found out it was a boy. Cosette was a fantastic mouser. This one, the doctor, she's an idiot. When it comes to mousing, she's an idiot. Oh, so after the sale, I'm sure I'll find out what she has because she ran away. She won't let me see. So I'm opening this up because I want to see how these are in here. So they are still straight pinned to the paper. I don't see any rust, which is a good thing. Oh, you have a cat named Batman that is a female? Yeah. Does it answer to its name? Well, yeah, I mean, it was Cosette because I was reading the book at that point in time, and that's the part I was up to in Les Miserables when little Cosette is being sent out in the pouring rain to get water from the well, and here's this poor cat half drowned in 3 days of thunderstorms. So it seemed perfect. So I have this little box set of handkerchiefs. There's 2 in there. It is 2 embroidered handkerchiefs. Now this discoloring, this is on the outside. That's where the original sticker had been. That is not on the inside. And I just checked them. The little pins that are actually holding these in place, there's no sign of rust on them, so they're not discoloring these any. It just says 2 embroidered handkerchiefs, and it says Paris across the bottom here. And I don't... 100% cotton, and it does say made in China. But it is a neat little set. And since I like the number 4 tonight, let's make it $4 number 12. $4 number 12. Melanie. Okay, you know what? I need to backtrack. I got distracted by what seriously looked like a mouse tail coming out of her mouth before she ran away, and I didn't see who got number 3. I got to backtrack. Belinda. Belinda got number 3, and Melanie got number 12. Belinda, you are going to have so many boxes from me coming invoicing for this weekend. Oh man, I have my water, so you can't holler at me. But my throat is dried out. I again was the only register person. They had me come in early because somebody didn't show. So that also meant that I was it all night. And it was, we call it No Cook Thursdays in that area, because on Thursdays, even though it's not payday, people don't care. They go out to eat, and every fast food place gets lines. The Wawa gets swamped. It's crazy. Iris, I will take some Glenfiddich if you have it. Hands drinks around the room. I'll gladly take some Glenfiddich. What do we want to do now? I need to flip my page over. I still got a bunch of stuff here, and I have no more numbers. I did not. I got to make up number cards so that I could just shuffle them and then. I'm quick. There, I quick wrote down a couple of letters. All right. Should we start off this second half with a bang? I have to stand up for this because I have to grab it. In that crazy preview that I did, and I'm telling you, I'm deleting that preview, but that just shows you the kind of chaos. I mean, I've been running on nothing but adrenaline almost from the minute I got up at noon. It's just been crazy. But let's have the fun. We have 65 people watching. Let's do the perfume bottle. Look at this. There's a flower here, and then this is almost like laurel leaves going up. And I mean, that is tall. And look at all this goodness. This is pressed glass. It's a stunner. And it does have the frosted on the tip, the frosted around here. I carefully ran my fingers over, and I'll do it again just to be sure. And I don't feel anything in here. Now, I believe this is from the 1920s. And there is a flower on each of the sides. There's actually 2 kinds of flowers. I don't know how, now this one, and there's no way you can see it right. This one is a lot of petals like the one on the stopper, but then right next to it is one that's like a tulip. So each side has, I'll put my fingertips right at the flower. So each side has one that's a tulip and one that's the many petals. It's all glass. And of course, this has some of that frosted inside the edge. I did not find any chips anywhere on this thing. I also, and it's a nice bottom to it, there's a little bit, just barely any wear to this edge. I remember this being on the bureau of my great aunt. Now, Annie Owl was born in 1900. So that's how I knew stuff about the 1918 flu epidemic, because she let me read her journals once. And she was 18 when that hit. Now, the only spot I found anything that kind of sticks on your finger is there's two spots where they did not really kind of smooth off the mold line. And one is right here. It's just a little teeny spot on the edge of the lip. And then the other one is the one next to it. So there's there's 3 mold lines. One here, and one here. And 2 of the 3, just this little bit at the top, they did not make smooth. So it's 3-sided. It's not a square, it's 3-sided. You can kind of see the pieces sticking out here, here, and up here. But this is everything. This is everything you could want. So this is an offer up. And I'll tell you, man, I saw some of these on eBay and the prices were all over the place. But the ones with these fantastic, like early pressed glass stoppers, they were pretty pricey. So we're going to start this at 10. We are starting this at $10. I am really pretty sure that this is from the 20s or maybe the 30s. So we're going to start this at 10, which is well worth it and well below the value of it. But it is a stunner. So we're going to start for 10. Wow, and I see Deb jumping in there at 20. Well, you know, I always say bid like you want it or bid like you mean it, and she's jumping right in there. But it is a beauty. And it's so tall. I mean, let me sit it down to measure it properly. So it's 7.5 inches tall. That's a big one. This is a big one. I have Debbie Gray at 25. I mean, I had that bird one last week that I think was a marriage, but this one fits perfectly in there. And the type of flower there matches the type of flowers here. And it's just, and the way the light reflects and catches the glass, it's identical on top and bottom. It is a fantastic piece. So we have Debbie Gray at 25. Yep, and I do have her information, but it is a stunner of a piece. And to the best of my knowledge, only had one previous owner with my Annie Owl. But this has been packed away for ages and not seen the light of day, and it really should be out where it can be seen. So I am going once for Debbie Gray at 25. It's an absolute beauty. I could not find any online that were this exact pattern. And most of them that I saw online were either round or they were square. They weren't 3-sided. Oh, there's Mr. L. Page sneaking in there again. Okay, so we have Mr. L. Page for 28. Debbie Gray coming in at 30. It's a beauty, absolute beauty. Wonderful early piece of pressed glass. And the nice part is there's no discoloring. You can see how clear it is inside. There's no discoloring from anything having been in there that I can see. Look at me. I'm trying to like look in the hole, but it's just a stunner, an absolute stunner. Wonderful, wonderful laurel leaves with the flower in the center. There's nothing wrong with the pontil. It's just fantastic. And we have Debbie Gray at 35 now. I know that the bottle would be a steal at twice this. I mean, these really are fantastic finds. And I can't put everything up on eBay. I haven't had time to put some of the stuff on eBay I want to put on eBay. So I'm giving you guys a shot at it. Why not? Because you guys really, the people that come to my lives and watch my channel can really appreciate when you find these really cool old pieces. And I really want to have a room where I can actually film me doing unboxings, because you guys never get to see me going through boxes, seeing stuff, just because I don't have the film set up for it. But can I tell you how awesome it was to find this? It was wrapped up in a piece of cotton, what I think was a piece of old muslin. And each piece was wrapped up separately. And the only little thing was a little piece of paper in my mom's handwriting that said Annie Al. And so it had to be from Aunt Alice. So I see Mr. L page at 38. So we have going once at 38. And going twice. And is that everybody? You want it so bad, but you're behaving. All right, sold, Mr. L Page. And I'm going to put this right back up top there, away from everything else. And keeping it very carefully up there. Congratulations, because it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Okay. Now, let's do something silly and kind of modern. So, because one night I actually sold one of the plushes that was from The Incredibles. I have one of the Powder Puff Girls. If any of you have ever seen were they on Nickelodeon? I don't even remember what channel they were on. They were on one of the cable channels. But this, now it has the suction cup to hang it up, but I don't know if that still works. And I don't even know which Powerpuff Girl this is. But it's a neat little plush. If anybody is interested in the Powderpuff Girl, she is $6. I don't know which one she is. I haven't had a chance to look it up. Oops. I accidentally hit my mouse. So she is $6 for the Powderpuff Girl. And she is letter L. Bubbles. Why did I thought Bubbles was the monkey. I don't know why I thought Bubbles was the monkey. This one's Bubbles. I have not seen, is it Powder or Powerpuff? I've forgotten. Nettie. Because, Mike's 26 now. I haven't seen that show in so long. Okay, Nettie, she is all yours, darling. That one's Bubbles, huh? Okay. I have not seen that show. He's 26 now. I probably haven't seen that show in close to 12 years or more. Powerpuff. There we go. Yeah, Mike thought they were hysterical. Even at 14, he was still watching because he thought they were just so incredibly funny. Kim Possible, Jimmy Neutron. Even I watched Jimmy Neutron. I love Jimmy Neutron. So that's her. Now I have this little thing, and you can see the glass through the porcelain. And it's just this little creamer. Now that's the back side of it. And I really think this is early I think this is early, and I think it's German or Bavaria, because it just reminds me of Parian ware. It's very thin and you can see light through it. Now, there is a spot right here where the porcelain is thin and it seems like it should be a chip, but I looked at it with a jeweler's loupe and the glaze goes right over it. So whatever happened when they made it, and then they tried to fix it and then just put the glaze right over top of it. But it's got these wonderful violets and lily of the valley, and I don't know if you can pick it up, but like Parian ware, there's actual little patterns in the white in the porcelain. So there's these little dots, and then there's little, I don't know if I can make it so you can see them. So there are these little teardrop kind of shapes that come down. They get smaller and smaller as you go down. That are coming down the spout. And even on the handle, there's little lines and curlicues up in here and lines down this. So it's really pretty little piece. And it's just a delicate little creamer. I do love the little flowers. You have lily of the valley and little violets. But having seen a lot of porcelain over the years, it does not have a maker's mark, but I am really pretty sure that this would have been the stuff either out of Germany, or sometimes it would be marked Bavaria if it's old enough. This came out of my great-grandparents' house, so it is very likely that it came from Germany and was probably part of a tea set. So, whoops, I closed my pen. So this little creamer is $6, and it's Z, the letter Z, like zebra, zoo. $6, the letter Z, and it's in great shape. Like I said, there's no chips, no cracks. It's a wonderful little piece. All right. Oi, oi, oi. Come here, you. Now, this has some issues. So the back cover is starting to come off, and I don't know how many would be interested in this. It is the 20th anniversary edition from November 5th of the Rolling Stone magazine. And it has interviews with Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, Mick Jagger, George Harrison, Keith Richards, Stevie Wonder, Pete Townsend, Bono, Sting, Tom Wolfe, Hunter Thompson, Edward Kennedy, Walter Cronkite, Jack Nicholson, and that's just the names they put on the cover. And it's got great ads because it is from 1987. So for some of us, this is taking us back to our late teens, early 20s. Oh, look, a Le Mans car. Ford racing cars. So you let me know, should I do this as an offer or just a set price? But it's full of images and articles. John Fogerty, Jackson Brown. It's got some of their greatest pictures that they felt became iconic. Yeah, isn't this awesome, Nettie? So like all that paperwork mess that you guys saw to the one side of my box, this was buried underneath it. This and the macrame owl were at the bottom of the box of all that weird loose paperwork. And some of that paperwork was letters that I want to check out and read that were from grandparents and stuff. But yeah, Ralph Nader, remember him? Jesse Jackson, George McGovern, he's not around anymore. Come on, where are you? Walter Cronkite's on. Oh, wow. Look at that picture. Okay, come on. Look at that hair. Oh, my Lord. That's Rod Stewart. Well, he definitely got better with age, didn't he? Because that's a hot mess looking picture. But the pictures are fantastic. I mean, I like that there's an early picture of the Grateful Dead. You got a picture of Jimi Hendrix up here, picture of Bob Dylan. So they even have a photo spread of a lot of their images, 1967 to 1987. So you have all these images as well as, oh, this is cool too. Okay, we will do this as an offer. They actually did. Okay, we're going to start this. We're going to do it as an offer. And, oh, dang it. Stupid computer. What did you do? All of a sudden, like, the whole thing. No, I don't want mini player. What are you doing? Expand. Default view. There we go. So, all right, we'll do it as an offer. I hate technology with a passion some nights. Okay, start. It keeps flipping to full screen, and then it takes the chat away, and I can't see it. So we're going to start this. I mean, I know it's got to be worth something. I didn't even have a chance to look it up, so I know it's got to be split. So I'm going to just start it at 7. I'm sure it's going to be worth more than that. So away we go, hon. Philly Flipper Paul. Paul, look what I'm wearing. I got your shirt on, Philly Flipper. So it has, and I love this part, it has the complete covers from 1967 to 1987. So you get copies. It shows all the covers they did. And some of the covers, I'll tell you, if you find all Rolling Stones, I do know this, some of the covers, sometimes the magazine's worth more for the image on the cover than anything that's inside of it. But this is the whole, I mean, like I said, it's the whole thing's there. It's got some wear issues along the spine, and it is starting to come off there. But this is a fabulous find. And I know magazine collectors usually want stuff in absolutely like new, but I don't think you're really going to find it in such fantastic shape. Because, I mean, who would have gotten this and not read all those articles from those people? Who would not have gone through this multiple times, reading it and looking at it? And so I don't think you'd ever find one in pristine. But it's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. The 20th anniversary of the Rolling Stone. All the interviews from then, all the musicians. I mean, I have to admit, I wouldn't mind reading the Paul McCartney one. Or the one from Stevie Wonder. Keith Richards at this point has pretty much embalmed himself. He's going to be around forever. So, absolutely. Well, I can't show you that picture because there's it's a picture of Janis Joplin. There's some lack of clothing there. So, but it's just fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So I see Belinda Carroll at 25. Yeah, I mean, when you consider the age, I guess it is. I mean, I'm amazed that I found any because my brother Steve had he would get the Rolling Stone, and he never got rid of any copies. So I was really surprised to even find one here in the house. So, so it's this awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so, you know what? I got to get back to the live chat so I can see who's really where. So there we are. Okay, so the first one with 25 was Tidbits and Treasures, was Tammy. So it's sitting with her right now at 25. when it flipped on me and went to full screen, and when I got it back, it put me in Top Chat. Needed to fix that. But yeah, it's great. Absolutely great. I know in the attic at some point there's going to be some 1940s Life magazines, maybe even some Newsweeks from the 40s, from the war years, because there's a 3-foot tall stack of Life magazines up in that attic. So I see Belinda at 26. I know it's hard being up late at night for some of you, but it was the time slot that worked for me. I'm sorry. Don't worry, when I get the room set up, there might be other sales popping up in the daylight. It's just not a huge possibility right now. So, and I think that's everybody out but Belinda. I'm gonna carefully put that over here. So I have Belinda at 26. So we have going once at, oh, dang it. Going once at 26 to Belinda. Going twice. Is that it? Sold. Okay. Awesome. So do a lot of people that are, on the West Coast, because nobody really, other than Trisha, has some of hers go late at night, because she's on the West Coast. But most of us, there's an awful lot of resellers that are in the eastern side of the Midwest, in the middle of the country, and so they're more like the Mid-East, I guess. And then there's the East Coast sellers, but there's not a lot of sellers that I'm seeing that do the live sales, that do the vintage stuff, that are on the West Coast, that do it what would be late at night for us on the East Coast. So yeah. I saw an opening and I took it. So I have some new old stock books here. Not too many. I've got 4. Now, this one's going to be a set price. It's 24 ready to mail postcards. They're all teddy bears. It is from Dover Publications. And the artist is Crystal Collins - Sterling. Look at these babies. Aren't they great images? I really kind of like the nurse one with the cape and the little hat back in the day, with the candy stripers. This is a copyright from 1990, and they are all occasions. So you have Valentine Bear there, and you have a 4th of July or Memorial Day up there. Jenny +1, if you go to Angela Marksberry's channel or her Instagram, she has a schedule that has a lot of the live sales on it, but there's so many that you will miss some. She tries to catch as many as she can, but there's so many little channels. Trisha at Sandy and Otto also puts it up, and I'm gonna make Lucid a moderator because I don't have too many moderators this late at night. Because Angela went to bed, and I don't know that Katie's still here to put links in. Oh, Lucid, did it not make you a moderator? Yeah, it made you a moderator. So I have Melissa as a moderator. I just made Lucid a moderator. So there's, let's see. Let me take a second and help this person out here. Who has live sales in the evening? So Serendipity by Melanie. She has one. She's been doing a brooch sale at 10 o'clock at Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. She comes on before me. Next week, because I notice I have different people now than I did when I started. Next week, I will not be doing my live, but Serendipity by Melanie, she will be doing a live sale, and she starts at 10 o'clock, if I remember right, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and she's going to take over my slot. So, but she's going to start an hour earlier, because I am getting the second shot next week. And since I had a reaction, my tongue started to swell shut and swell up and had some issues. So I'm clearing my calendar from everything for next week, so that in case I have a reaction, I won't have to cancel. How are your, oh, Paul, your birds are here. I'm trying to find where I put away the special packaging I need for them. I crashed Philly Flipper's live sale, and then I took something that he said was trash on the floor. You'll see some of them when I come back in June. But live sales. Serendipity by Melanie has live sale in the evening. Now she also does one at noon on Saturdays, at 12 noon. And Trisha at Sandy and Otto does one in the evening. Thrift You, they do an evening one, but it doesn't tend to go too late. Pamela Blanchard also has an evening one. Now they don't all, most of them don't tend to go as late as I do, because I have been known to be on till 3 a.m. some nights. So that'll get you started. And then being in the chats, you tend to find other sellers and find out who else has it in a time frame that you can see. So let's show the rest of the bears. So you see how shiny the gloss is on these? So they're just adorable. There's even a bridal one, which I thought was sweet. And I like this one. I guess he's more for spring or for Easter, but he's got the daffodils, and I grow this. That is called Poet's Narcissus. When you have a narcissus and it's got that little red ring around that little center part, that is a Poet's Narcissus. And I have some of them in the backyard. I absolutely love that flower. So this is the teddy bear for all occasion. It's new old stock. I don't know that they still print this one. I kind of don't think they do. I don't think they still print this, because when I was working at the art museum, they weren't printing this, or I'd have had it when we did the teddy bear show. So I'm not sure this is still around. So for the teddy bear postcards, it is $5 for the teddy bear postcards, and it is letter X. $5, letter X. No, I only have the one of that. And I see Jenny +1. Jenny +1. Do I have your info? I don't know. Yeah, I only had one of that postcard one. Now, I do have a second one of this. I have two of these. And I think they still make these. but it's another Dover book, Cut and Make Cat Masks in full color. That one's just creeping me out a little bit. That one's just creeping me out a little bit. So for this one, I do have two. This one is from 1988, and it's never been used. It's new old stock. I had a chance to pick up some paper dolls, and this was some of what they gave. Mary Cannon, if you're at Z, you are lagging, and you're lagging a fair bit. Now, one of the ways I help get rid of lag is I'll go down to that little gear on my laptop, but I'll change the playback speed to 1.25 if I'm not lagging too much. And then it'll keep running at that faster speed till it catches up to the actual live. You wish you had that when your daughter was little? Yeah, these are really cool. I like that some of the parts are separate. So you have Pete the Pirate, and then Pete the Pirate's hat is a separate piece. So you can have some serious fun dress-up stuff with this. You have a flower girl. Now, there's a little line. There's a dotted line on the noses that you can actually cut that out so it fits over your own nose, so it sticks out a little bit. But aren't these just absolutely adorable? Now, Billy the cat has a hat that's separate. So there's the last one. The very last one is a nurse, little nurse kitty. Oh, check out the Major General. There's a Major General in Pirates of Penzance. Look at that hat. Isn't that wild? So there are 10. There are 10 enchanting Victorian cat masks plus accessories. So there's supposed to be a circus clown, an Indian chief, a pirate. There's supposed to be Marie Antoinette. Whoa. You have to see Marie Antoinette. Okay, there's Marie Antoinette. Got her little jewelry, got her bling. Look at that wig. That is too funny. So I have two of these. So I will take the first two people for the cat mask books. And these are they are $6 for the cat mask books. And it's letter O for the cat masks. Oh, frame worthy, right? Absolutely. So I have Lucid and Jenny +1. Yeah, I only managed to find two of those. So Jenny +1, can you send me your info? Don't remember that name though. I know if I had it. Yeah, how did you know Lucid would like those? Now, these two things are going to have to be offer ups. Okay, it's the only way to really, because there is so much packed into these. So for the first one, I still have a lot left of mine. So to me, this would be an extra. So I'm passing this one along. So these are full color Victorian vignettes and illustrations. What a lot of these are. Okay, Melanie, you have Jenny's. Oh, thank you, Sonia. Thank you very much. But some of them are illustration things. Some of them are, I have that one as a postcard. Some of them are from scraps, but here's what they are. They are all these lovely little images. Now here's the bonus part, why this makes this so good. The backs of them are all white. So these are made specifically so you can craft with them, so that you can cut them out and junk journal or decoupage and do whatever you want with them. There are flowers, there are faces, there are animals. There are so many cool images. I just can't. And I use that one. I've used that one. That one I think is really cool. I use that one, and I think I still have it too, what I use that one on. But they're just amazing, amazing. So this, and I only have one. I just have the one. And again, I didn't look it up to know if Dover still makes these, because they were making some of this stuff in the 80s, because in the 80s the Victoriana stuff was huge. So this is, and sure enough, the copyright in here is from 1983. I don't know that they still make this. So it is a fantastic resource. This is an offer up, and we're going to start the offer on this at $6. So this is an offer up. And so we're starting it at $6. I can't hold it up and type. Whoop. We're going to start it at $6. And Lucid's already up there to $8. It is wonderful. And like I said, it's just there's flowers, and so like the Victorian scraps, so that's what they would be called. You got a lot of these flower kind of things, and it would be this one big sheet, and they would all be stuck together. There'd be a little tab of paper that would go to each one, and you would then cut that little tab off and then put them in your scrapbook or glue them. And but they're just, you've got people. I think there's a Santa in the corner there. Yep, there's a couple of Santas, a great big heart with an arrow. They're just fabulous. And I see Terry at 10. But they're just such a great thing. Now it says there's 344 antique chromolithographs printed on one side. So that's 344. That's a lot of junk journaling crafting you could do with these. And it is from 1983, which was, you know, the real start of all that Victorian magazine. For the Love of Victorian. There were so many magazines, so many craft things out there that were all about doing all this Victorian stuff, that it really had a resurgence then. So I see Belinda at 15. It's great for crafting because of the fact, and that's what it was made for. That's why the backs of the pages are blank, so that you could use them for all that. And I still have the one. I haven't finished using the one I have, so I don't need a second one. Terry, I still have some of my Victorian magazine. I still have a lot of them, actually. So I see Belinda at 15, and this one is for the full color. Okay. This is full color vignettes. Oh, Terry's coming in at 16. So Terry, I don't know if you and Belinda were here or not in the beginning when I said my plan is to have everything packed and invoiced before I have that second shot on Tuesday. But you two are the two that I have the most backstock for. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of stuff from me late in the next couple of days. But oh man, these things are awesome. So I see Belinda at 17. Sonia, I'm still getting used to this hair. I like the pink. I do like the color. But being so short, I'm still not loving that. Everybody tells me it's great and it's cute. I feel like I look like a boy. Okay, so going once at 17. Going twice. Sold to Belinda for 17. Okay. Over there. Now, not to be outdone, there is one more. And this one is Old Time Vignettes. Now, it probably has some of the same pictures. It was edited by Carol Bellinger Grafton. So it was edited by the same person as the last one. It talks about, now it talks about what they use the images for, from greeting cards to calendars, labels and wrappings, cigar bands and boxes, sheet music covers, paper dolls, and vignettes created for children were all intended for pasting in scrapbooks. Well, it wasn't always children that had those scrapbooks. But this one is from 1992. So this one is from when you're getting into the 90s. By the time you got to the mid 90s, that Victorian wave of the late 80s was fading out. But now this one, the difference in this one is you'll actually see household objects. You see that great Tiffany lamp? You know, you'll see different pictures in this one. Oh, poor husband. Oh, yeah, it is a lot worse for a man to have a kidney stone. I've had one. Well, actually, I've had two. And they're no fun at all. And it is much worse for a guy. I like the kitty. Look at the kitty. I love black cats. I would love to start a black cat collection of like little figurines, but you don't see little figurines of black cats. You don't see figurines of black cats that often at all. But there's such great images, and I love that this one is different in that it's got clothing, it's got cars, you know, there's another cool looking lamp. Now that is the old school kind of catcher's mitt. I actually there's no seams. I have a catcher's mitt like that. And then I found out that they go for stupid crazy money on eBay. So next time I find it, I'm going to list it on eBay. Because they go for stupid money. I love that. That's like an arts and crafts period piece of pottery. But this is another one. It's going to be an offer up. I only have the one. And I'll tell you, I don't have this one. So it's kind of like, do I want to give it up? Don't know. But it's going to be a long time before I'm going to be doing it's going to be a long time before I'm going to be back to where I can do decoupage and work on that. So I thought, well, you know what? I have other stuff I can use. let's go ahead and share the wealth here. Because, you know, I'd like to have at least one empty room in this house. So this one is also an offer up. And we're going to start this one. We're going to start, what did I start the last one at? 6? Well, we'll start it at 6. I love it. That's a great pumpkin with the little kids. Couple of Santas, little tiny talcum bottle, little saltwater taffy. So, oh, I forgot to type it in. Start at 6. But look at the face on this one. She's not happy. I don't know what she's looking at, but she is not happy. Neat old clock. So this one, like I said, this one is different in that this stuff, I think a lot of these images are later. Like Victoria died in 1903, I think. So, so a lot of this stuff in this one is more coming out of the Victorian period and going into the Edwardian. But it's just great. And it's the same thing. The backs are all nice and white. So you shouldn't have, if you're going to decoupage with them, you shouldn't have any problem with colors coming through. But see, now look at her. This one. That is absolutely an Edwardian outfit. So you're looking at like 1908, 1910 with that outfit. And Napoleon, when were the Napoleonic Wars? That was later. But it's just great, great images. This one is fun. Santa on that candlestick telephone. And I see Lucid at 13. But this is a great one. And like I said, I don't know if Dover's still making these things. I didn't look them up. That's an old, sometimes they call them bookcase clocks because they're small and meant to go on a bookcase or on a mantle. I have at least 2 that need work. It's such cool looking stuff. And again, you've got the Edwardian outfits, and then you get to her with the short hair. So you're looking more into the 1920s, heading into the 20s there. Yeah, so the clothes alone, I mean, the clothing in them are really cool. This is a be on the lookout thing for me. This bookcase that spins, I've been looking for one of them forever. So this one I see Terry at 14. Ooh, ow. Yeah, see, that's why they were separate, is because this one has different images than the other one. The other one is 100% the type of thing you saw in the 1870s to 1900. And then this stuff is more 1900 to maybe a few things up to the early 20s. So I see Terry at 14. Going once. Oh, the hip's been bothering the heck out of me. That IT band that comes around your hip. I had damaged it in a fall last year. And lately it's been bugging the daylights out of me. Can't get comfortable. Going twice. Good night, Deb. Okay, sold for 14. To Terry. Now let's see, what else do we have? We still have just a few things left. Oh, congrats, Terry. Now, I never did find out who made these. I only have 3, but they're very mid-century modern. Good night, Sonia. And they have the white band and a gold band. Now, the gold band doesn't go all the way around. There's a space here, and it goes all the way down. All the way down. Now, the white band does go 100% all the way around. So they're nice mid-century modern drinking glasses. They're in good shape. There's no sign that these ever really got hit by a dishwasher, because a dishwasher would strip that gold right off. And it is a grape pattern that alternates in the gold and then in the white bands. It is the grape leaf with a vine and then a bunch of berries, a bunch of grapes hanging there. And I have 3 of them. I do have 3 of them. They are 5.5 inches tall, definitely mid-century modern. And the 3 of them, it is $8 for the 3 of them. $8 for the 3 of them, and I covered up my letters. $8 for the 3 of them, and it is letter B, as in boy, for the grape glasses. They are, it's a pity I never found the 4th. So basically you have a pair and a spare. So now I did not find out who did this. Well, I didn't find my notes. I knew I had notes and I couldn't find them. It has this odd little symbol, an HG. Now, I know that means something. It is a hand-turned, because when you look at it, you can actually see the grain lines. It's a hand-turned little wooden saucer, but it's all hand-painted. All of that is hand-painted with enamel paint, so it is kind of thick. It's toll work, but it's old. And it's beautiful. And, oh, Terry, you missed the perfume bottle. Yes, I did do the perfume bottle. The perfume bottle ended up going to Mr. L. Page for $38. But yeah, that's... Terry, do you want to see it up close because you missed it? I'll show it off so you can see it. So that's the stopper. And then it's 3-sided. So there's 3 sides, and each side has 2 flowers. There's a tulip on this side, and then there's a multi-petal flower that matches this one. But isn't that a beauty? Isn't that a beauty? So I'm carefully putting, that's not even sitting in the box. I have it like sitting way up there. So, oh, Katie's back. I noticed Katie had vanished for a little bit there. Poor Katie, you are in such demand with everybody because we all love having you at our sales. But yeah, I was showing it off to Terry because Terry asked about the perfume bottle and she had missed it. But everybody should see how that's just such a beautiful stopper. I have 2 pieces of stoppers upstairs on one of my curio shelves. One is a piece of jade because it had broken off the part that goes into the bottle. So I literally just have that top half of 2 vintage stoppers, and they are so incredible. And one of them is a carved piece of jade that care what they came off of. I just kept them because they were beautiful pieces. So, all right. So we have this neat little piece, and I know, and I don't remember what, because I looked it up so long ago, but I know that symbol and the HG means something. But it's the artist of who made it, but it is a great little piece. And oh, Terry, don't cry. I'll keep an eye out for more. I don't know that I'll find more in my stash, but you know, maybe I'll come across another one. After all, I came across that bird one from the other week. So this is 4 inches across. And this kind of tollware, these usually are pretty pricey, even the small ones. So this little tollware piece, that hand painted stuff is, so this is $7 for the hand painted tollware little dish, and it is the letter F. The letter F. Now, this is another one that I could not find my little list. It is, if I'm not mistaken, it is red clay, red ware. Probably won't be able to find it again now. This one, it says Monty and the Roman numeral 2. So it's II and a flower, and it says 1974. Now, I know I found this somewhere, and it is a specific pottery. And that red coloring is the clay, I'm pretty sure. You think that plate was done by a teacher who did the instructional books? No, I don't think it was a teacher. If I remember right, it's actually somebody from not the US. And I can't remember if it was Holland or Denmark, one of that area of the world. But yeah, I have to hunt for it again. And my notes, I didn't have I knew there should have been a note with it, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, it might be Germany. But I do know that they are collector's pieces, just like this one. I know this one is I know that Monty 2 with that flower under it means something too, and I couldn't find my notes. So this one, it has the date 74. Now this one does remind me of the Pennsylvania Dutch, the Amish, because just because of the type of font they used, that they put in there. And when you look at it, you can see that all this darker color, this is all carved out. So they put a layer of this white over top, and then they carved through it to get to the red clay underneath. And that's what gives the words their lettering. That's what gives the outline to the flower, because they carved through the white all the way down to the red clay underneath. So this is not painted on. It's literally carved into it. The part that's painted on is the green, the pink, and then they tried to accent. So there's a little yellow there, and then there's little yellow dots here, which they tried to accent. So it is really neat. It is a really great little piece. And it is a red clay piece. And this one's also $7. And this one is letter Y. $7, letter Y. Oh, how big? It is just a hair under 5 inches across. And there is on this white, on this porcelain part, you can see crazing over the white, but there's no chips or cracks. And I see Uncle Andy. Guess I'm starting another box for Uncle Andy. And we have, what else do I have? Oh, why not? I didn't look this up yet either, and I don't know the maker, but I know whoever made this also made glasses, because I remember my grandmother having the glasses. And it's all these kind of Grecian clothing in togas, you know, going all the way around it. And this is in green. And then you've got all this little white going around the top. This is big. It is not an ice bucket. There's no spot that there would be any kind of a lid. And there's a gold rim all around the top, on the top. This is all gold, all on the top. Yeah, I mean, I remember grandmothers having, you know, and we had some here when I was real little, glasses that had this image, that had this kind of stuff around it. And I have not been able to look it up to, I have not had time to look this up to find out who the maker was, but I know I have seen vases and I have seen glasses that have this pattern, but this is a planter. This is a glass planter. There's no way that this was an ice bucket, because there's no way you would put a lid down. There's no ridge for a lid inside, and you wouldn't put a lid down on top of this gilded edge. Yeah, now see, I don't think this is the ice bucket. I honestly half wondered if it was a planter because of that gold. But yeah, I mean, it is 5 inches tall, but there's no maker's mark. It's a nice clear bottom. There's a little bit of scuffing here and there. Like there's a little scuff mark. I don't even, can you just barely see it? There's a little scuff mark there. And a little scuff mark here by the tree. And that's it. There's just those two. It's in really, really good shape. And somewhere around here, I have the same thing in blue. I don't even know which house they came from. But I know somewhere there's one in blue as well, but I don't know where that one is. So right now, oh yeah, it's definitely mid-century modern. It's definitely mid-century modern pattern. I was born in 65, and I only remember them being at the one grandmother, and they only ever got used. She had the glasses, and they only ever got used during the holidays. So you only ever saw them, you know, when she was still doing the holidays at her house. So this is, I have no idea. I got no idea what to do with this. You know what? Let's just make this baby an offer. Green glass Grecians. Say that when you're drunk. Green glass Grecians. So not all ice buckets have lids. Well, then if it didn't have a lid as an ice bucket, then maybe it was the ice bucket. So maybe then it was the ice bucket. So we're going to do this as an offer up, because like I said, I've got no idea other than I am absolutely sure that this is definitely a mid-century modern piece. And other than those two scuffs, it's in really good shape. Well, I'm trying to see, like, well, there is a little wear to the gold here and there, which would make sense. You know, I mean, the gold is always the first thing to show wear. So we're going to start this at 7 as an offer. Jeanette, it's made by Jeanette. What's it called? Hellenic. Oh, we have a name. Jeanette glass. Hellenic pattern. Yeah, isn't it great? It is fantastic. And to just have like a little wear on the gold and those two odd little scuff marks, that's all that's wrong. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I see Terry at 7. And at some point, you know, I'll find that other one. I'm pretty sure if I found this one in a box, I'm sure I'll find that other one. But I know the blue one. The blue one is the one that should be from my grandmother. But this was in a box, and I don't know which estate it came from. Green Grecian Hellenic. Jeanette glass. See, this is why I trust you guys, because I don't know glass. I'm got so much to learn about glass. To me, glass is like just a massive rabbit hole you could get lost in. So I have Terry at 7, which is an absolute, you know, fantastically low price for this. Can I measure it? Okay, so it's 5 inches tall, and it's 5 3/4 across the top, and it's 4 inches across the base. And there's no chips to it, no flea bites, no cracks. It's in great shape. The bottom is nice and clear. It's a wonderful piece. So we have, last I saw was Terry at 7, which is quite the deal, my dear, quite the deal. Terry at 7, going once. Oh, Jean +1 got in there at 8. She got in there. Jean +1 snuck in at 8. I have great deals, partly because I don't know what I'm looking at some nights. Other times I do know what I'm looking at, and I make a point of finding out what it would be worth if I did put it on eBay, and then I knock a couple bucks off the price and offer it to you guys. But you know what happens is some weeks my life just gets so hectic and so busy that I don't get a chance to really research much. So you guys definitely get the benefit of that. And I let you guys set the price with offer ups. So we have Terry at 10. Actually, I'm going to sit that down there. So we have going once at 10. Going twice. Yeah, some nights that happens, you know. If it were a bigger channel, you know, that price would be higher. But you know, I'm happy with whatever I can make. And you know, and if you know, there are times like if I pay up for something, I tell you that I have to, you know, I have to start it at something I'm comfortable with where I'm at least going to make something. But that, you know, it just it was in a box. I did not have to pay for that one. So sold for $10 to Terry. Now I do know I should have a blue one in a box somewhere, but I just don't know where. Okay, so I saw a comment go by about the toll painted plate. Now the painted one was this one. Rose mauling. Okay. Well, considering that I'm kind of to some of the boxes that I think are from the one grandmother because she's the one that had the grape glasses. So I might find that blue one. I will try. Remember, like I said, I'm not having my sale next week. Serendipity by Melanie will have the time slot, but she will start at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And she has some great stuff too. And for small stuff, it's not expensive really to have her ship it from Canada because I bought from her this wonderful little pin, and it really was hardly anything to ship something that small. But shipping to Canada, if you can keep it under 2 pounds, it's not too bad for them. But boy, anything above that. So toll painting means painted tin. I know. Isn't it fun to learn from everybody? What did we not do? We didn't do little goofy guy. Okay. So I can't tell you too much about this because I don't know much about it. He must have had some. He's got a little tattoo and he's got a little string, red string in his ear, which I'm guessing was where the original tag had been. Oh, there's another tag that looks like it was cut off. So this is just a goofy little unicorn with cute little eyes. It's honestly, it's a cat toy in this house. If I'd let her touch it, it was a cat toy. I don't know. I have a feeling there was a bet going on, and I'm probably not supposed to say that, about whether I could sell this or not. I have a feeling because my son handed this to me and said, see what you can do with this. Okay. Yeah, unicorn hamster. He does have a little tail. He has a little fluffy tail, so he's got to be a hamster. So, all I got told was, here, I can't explain, see what you can do with this. And I know there was a disagreement about what his mother could or could not get away with selling. Now, this is, you know, I have a reputation to keep of being able to sell the unusual. He does. No, he's just squishy. He's just a little plush. He's just a tiny little plush. I mean, that is a cute face. His horn's a little crooked, but that is a cute little face. Look at him. Look at him. Take me home. So So, just for the kids' sake, we have the little unicorn hamster. I love that. I love it. We're going to call him that. The unicorn hamster. The unicorn hamster is $2. The unicorn hamster is $2, letter K. $2, letter K. He is not on wheels. He's just a little plush. He's just a little plush. I mean, I think he's kind of cute. Somebody was bragging that, my mom can sell anything. And then I got handed this, and that was all I know. And I'm like, all right. Retro Ruby. Retro Ruby, do I have your info? And thank you very much. I have a feeling you just helped them settle some kind of bet between my son and one of our Boy Scouts. Okay, how I got the reputation that I could sell anything was that I sold a bar of soap for $26. A bar of soap. Now, keep in mind, that bar of soap was a 1940s ivory soap family size package, still wrapped in the original wax paper. So, so that was, they used to sell what they called family bars, and they were huge. It was like the size of a brick, but they had, because we found one that was open. It was part of the house clean out, and we found one that was open, and only one bar had been snapped off. So they used to score them so that you would have had to be pretty strong to be able to snap one off. I mean, bars of soap they were thick, and you would just break one off and use that, and you'd still have the other two. But there was one package, and it's about that long. So that's what, I mean, this thing was about 7 inches long. Yeah. And there were 3 bars of soap in them, and one of them for ivory soap was still in the original wrapper, and the wrapper was printed wax paper. And I actually sold it to a collector of ivory soap stuff for $26 on eBay, and that was back long before, I don't even think YouTube existed. I don't know, but I teach wood carving for Boy Scouts, and one of the ways you could teach a kid to carve is to because ivory soap is nice and smooth and easy to carve, but you can use most soaps that are not super hard. But if they come with a thing of soap that's hard, if you warm up the knife, it will cut through it because it melts a little as it goes. But I wouldn't recommend warming it up when you're teaching a kid. So... But yeah, so thank you. You've helped me keep my reputation, apparently, that I can sell just about anything, because I could even sell a unicorn hamster. So Retro Ruby, please, by all means, make sure that you email me your name and your address and your PayPal email, and I need it to that little email right there. But yeah, isn't that wild? Oh man. So I found another little figurine. I have a little boxer. Cute little face. He is a little boy. He's got a hole in his tummy. But I'm not seeing any chips or any cracks. But he's got this weird line. So I don't know why he has this weird line. This is in the paint. So he's got this straight line that goes right down, and it's not a crack, and you could see it. You can see it on his cheek too. And it's the paint. So it's really kind of weird. I don't know if that had been one of the mold lines. But they did, I mean, you look at him this way, it looks so perfect. But then he's got that weird line. So, so he was, yeah, he probably was a second. So this little boxer, he is 3 1/4 long, and the point of those ears, he's 3 1/2 high. He probably is a second. So he is $5. $5, and he's letter R. $5 and letter R. I mean, I can't, he's such a neat piece, but with that weird line, I have to. You were second? Okay, let me double check, because I'm in live chat, but sometimes I swear that doesn't mean anything. Okay, so let's scroll up. I gotta find it. Oh, Lavish Mango's in there. Now, see, Lavish didn't even show up on mine when I first did it. Thank you, Ruby, for letting me know. eBay's been, or eBay. YouTube's been really, really weird. I was listening to Mountain Man Treasures. Yep, Lavish got letter K. I found it. I found it. And he was saying that earlier today that he's been seeing things in live chats on channels he was watching that the chats aren't like, they're not really like following in real time. There's been something really glitchy with them. And I thought that came up on somebody else that I was listening to in the reseller community, that it was getting glitchy. And that's, now I see what they were talking about, because it didn't have it. Well, that's all right, Retro Ruby. Then at least you're here and you're registered. So if you're here on any other Thursday night that I'm doing a live sale. Now, I found these, and I think these are sweetgrass, but some of it has been dyed. These are really, really cool. Now, I can't tell you what part of the world these would have come from. They could have been from out west here. They could have been from Peru. They went, I know they went to Peru. The parents went to June, my Aunt June and uncle went to Peru. They didn't take the kids on that. The boxer, I have Terry as the boxer, I thought. Let me see. Terry Candelora for R. Yep. Terry has the boxer. Yeah, Terry, you have the boxer. I wish I could ask them where they were from. And they are tight. I mean, that's the back. And they are really tightly wound, and they're not moving. You know, I've seen modern ones and they're flimsy. Not these suckers. These are tight. These are really, really well done, and they look really cool. And I've no idea where on earth they came from, because they could be from out in the Midwest, they could be from Mexico, or they could be from Peru. I'm thinking, looking at them, that they're probably either Mexico or Peru. and I have no way to date them. No clue, because June's parents in the 1920s went to Mexico for their honeymoon, and then being an American Airlines stewardess right after the war, one of the flights she did was Los Angeles down into Mexico. I have no idea how old they are, but I do know they came from June's estate, so I have no idea. So these are really well done, handcrafted, the two little baskets. And I know some of these can be high, so Terry C. Oh, you want them sent to Lucid? Okay. I can do that. Yeah, the ones made by the experts are really tight like this. So I'm going to say that these should be $10. And I used that letter. So these are going to be $10 for the pair, because I am 100% sure that these are really good ones. And it's the two of them, and it's letter S. $10 for the pair, letter S. Day Trip Vintage. And so that's Julie. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Terry. Uncle Andy, I just saw your message about it being a native bra. All right. Okay, so we're caught up. Yes, Lavish got letter K. And then Terry got the boxer, but she wants it sent to Lucid. Okay. And Melanie. Oh, wow. A 20-hour night? Yeah. Good night, Melanie. And remember, you've got your sale. You have Thursday night. And I will try to make a thumbnail or something or put up a short promo for you on my channel, so they know to come over at 10 o'clock to you. All right? Because you will have the sale next week. Yes, Paul's shirt. Virginia, were you watching Paul's live when I crashed it? Philly Flipper. Okay. I now have 3 very sweet little old ladies who they've been passing their name around in a town near me. I know I was a teenager with the one's daughter in a theater group, and she's asked me to help because her mom, with the lockdown, her mom couldn't take stuff to get it donated or give stuff away. So she asked if I would help get her mom going to help her downsize. And her mom, I have not seen the inside of the house, but from what I understand, her mother is one of those, like the ones I've inherited from. She's a, shall we say, collector. Well, this collector has given my name to 2 other women, so they filled my car. But one of them gave me this huge keyboard with the equalizer on it and everything, and I'm going, this is out of my league. I don't have a clue how to Now, I don't know if she's a hoarder, Virginia, because I've never seen the inside of the house. I have known people that were collectors and everything is spotless and on shelves or in cases. It's just that it's got every wall packed with stuff to hold those cases in. But then there's, then there's the ones that, it's like, looks like this because it's all in boxes. So I don't know. But they are all downsizing because the town they're in is a pricey college town. And you get to a point where a lot of the older people want to downsize the houses and move out because the taxes are so high. It's in one of the best school districts in the entire area, but the taxes are really high. So, one of the ladies gave me that, and I went, you know what? I'm going right up to Paul. So I crashed his live to give him this great big keyboard. And as I'm walking out, I spot something on the floor, which he said was trash. It's not trash. And when I sort them and figure them out, you guys are going to probably get a few of them. It was a John J. Audubon illustration book from the 50s. It was in pieces, and it's North American animals. So I saved what was there of all of the lithographed plates, all the lithographed plates that I could find of this book. And so when I come back in June for live sales, I'll probably have some of those lithograph plates that you guys can offer on because they're just stunning, some of them. Some of them got footprints on them, so I'd probably have to offer them up just as ephemera for a junk journal because you can't frame that with a big footprint on it. But yeah, it was a nice trade-off. He can make whatever he can make off that big keyboard, and I'll take the plates and not have them disappear like that because they're beautiful, beautiful plates. Let's see, what's not been done? I have you. Yes, the TARDIS has not gone up yet. We have to figure out where. Oh yeah, Loose, Lavish Mango. Melinda, yes. They can be framed and sold individually. They absolutely can be. So, this is a great little piece that is mid-century. Wonderful, wonderful kind of drip glaze in browns with little hints of yellow and orange. And it is made in West Germany, and I doubt you can really see that, but it has W Germany on it. It is a great little pottery piece. It's got this little gold band around the edge. Now, the gold band is interesting because I know in the States, when they would put a gold band around it, it usually was a gold foil, so it was a perfect straight edge. But when you look at this one, that's not wear. That was put on with a paintbrush, and it's all uneven all the way around. It's not worn. It's just that it's not perfectly flat, and you could tell the same thing on the inside. But it is a great little pottery piece from West Germany. And I was going to put it on eBay because this West German pottery, it does have a pretty good market value there. They're usually, for ones like this, they're usually about $15, but I will brown vase, Germany. But yeah, for a brown drip, I think it's that little bit of that pale yellow and those little flecks of orange really help brighten it up. So knocking off some of what it is on eBay, let's lower this down to 14. It is a small one. It is It is 4 inches high. It has gold around the base as well. It's in great shape. No nicks, no cracks, no crazing. But it is $14, and that's lower than what the same style is and size is going for on eBay. It seems finding pieces marked West Germany are becoming quite the collectible thing, of especially of the mid-century potteries. So it is 14, and it is letter M. 14, letter M, for the mid-century modern West German pottery piece. It really is a nice piece. And I don't remember if I had found the maker's name, because it even has a number on the bottom. It's 593 dash, I think that's a 10. So, but it's a great little piece. And I see Nettie for that one. Okay. Yeah, I was surprised when I started looking that up and seeing like for in the resale community, like if you find the early stuff from like the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, everything was made in Japan. And so you always got really good quality. And then by the 70s into the 80s, you had a very brief space where a lot of good stuff was coming out of Taiwan. That was your, the stuff we're collecting now. That was your everyday little stuff. And then for a while there, though, the stuff from Europe was coming out of West Germany. A lot of really nice pottery was coming out of West Germany. And now people are beginning to really snatch it up. Really, really snatch it up like crazy. So I have, I don't know. I just for giggles. It is Gator Alley, New Orleans. It reminds me of the Blues Brothers. The dark suits and the glasses, having your shades on. Reminds me of them. Yeah, Nettie, that is a wonderful piece you've got. So this is a big old mug. That is either a whole beer or an awful lot of coffee. It's 5 inches tall for the New Orleans. And it is $5 for that. And it is letter, did I do that one yet? Letter E. Letter E for the Blues Brothers style Gators, New Orleans Gator Alley. Sometimes I just throw stuff in just to see if it'll stick, Now, I have one last soap thing that's vintage Avon. I like the box. Look at those pansies. I love pansies. Lily of the Valley is how I'm going to do my room up, but I absolutely love pansies with the faces. I love this box. Now, it still has, it's got some little spot marks there from age, but it still has the original soaps. They're perfect. There's nothing's nibbled. It still has the little picture on them. It's really cute. Now the wax paper is starting to come off of the piece of cotton with the name on it. And of course this is what they call foxing. When you have any kind of paper, it starts getting brown dots. That's foxing. That means moisture has gotten to the paper and activated like some of the acids in the paper. but it's still really cute. And it's still, I mean, if you wanted to use this just to decorate with for springtime or have it to decorate your bathroom with, it would be really cute. So the vintage Avon soap is, oh, we use that letter. Let's use this one. It's $5. It's letter V. $5, letter V. All right. And that is everything. Let's see. Where's the stuff that did not sell? Did not have offers. We had that, didn't have an offer. Purple Danglies did not have an offer. What did I do with them? We got those, but not these. All right, so let me show you a few of the things that did not have any offers. We have a little bit of jewelry. We have this great gold choker with the rhinestones. Goes all the way across, and it has a hook. It has no maker's mark. And it's only 7 inches this way, so that's fully extended. So it's for a 14-inch. It's only 14 inches, so it's definitely meant to be a choker. Really pretty cool looking. And the choker is 14 inches, and it is $7, number 2. $7, number 2 for the golden rhinestone. Now, I haven't tested any of this to know. Yeah, that would be great with a leather jacket. That would be very cool. But it's $7, number 2 for that. We have a pair of screwback earrings here. And it's got a little flower and a pearl at the top. And then these little stones, which I think might be a little bit of quartz that's purple. And it's got a little gold wire around it. Now, these are the old screwbacks for the little dangly. These are purple little dangly ones. And these are $5. They're number 4. $5, number 4 for these screwback earrings. Great pair of vintage jewelry. We did that. I have this little piggy, this cute little tumbling piggy, and I see Josie. Oh, okay, Josie, right? Because you have the little thingy over the E. So that means you're going to get both the purple earrings because you got the other purple filigree ones. Cool. So we also have little tumbling pig, which I think is just so funny and so cute that is just kind of like falling over. Now it does have a piece of felt, a real, not like thick felt, This isn't like Crafters. This is the really thin. So whoever made it, I think, put that on there, but there's no maker's names. Jose. Okay, so it's pronounced like there's a Z in it. Jose. I've been mutilating it all night, and my Boy Scouts laugh at me because it takes me about 2 years to get their name right. Now, part of that is because I don't work with the youngest ones. So when they come in at 10 and a half or 11 years old, I don't see them for 2 years. They're working on all the lower ranks. Once they start dealing with merit badges and then working their way up the higher ranks and towards Eagle, then they have to come through me, every single one of them, because I'm head of advancement. So they tease me because it takes me 2 years to get their names right. We had 2 boys that could have been separated at birth as twins, and it took me forever to get those 2. They had to finally grow up and have their faces change enough for me to get their names right. So I suspect from the weight that and I can just barely see some lines here, that I don't think he's chalkware. I think he probably is resin, but he's really, really nicely done. And the eyes are separate. The eyes are actually little beads, which with resin, you don't usually see that, but the eyes are beads. They're separate. They're pushed in there. They're separate little pieces. They're not painted. They're actually little pieces. Those 2 little black beads for the eyes. So he's really well done, and he sits this way. So he's got, butt over end. And he is $5 for the Tumbling Pig, and he's number 40. $5. Seashell. Seashell? What was seashell? I wrote something down, and I honestly don't know what that was. Oh, that's bad. All right. I have, what else do I have? Okay, so I have 2 vintage Alfred Mainzer postcards. These are the older ones and I've sold Alma postcards before. They're always printed by Alfred Mainzer. Oh, the seashell soaps. You're right. That's what that is. I didn't write soaps with it. That's what I'm like, what was seashell? Duh. It's been a long day. Okay, so we have these 2. They've never been used, but you can really see it now that there's a little crease on both of them right there. It doesn't show up quite so much on the front, but you can see it on the back. And these were, where'd they go? It was $3 for the pair, because these are probably from the 30s. One's printed in Belgium and the other one's printed in New York, but they're both Alma postcards by the Alfred Mainzer Company. So it's $3 for the 2 dogs, and it's number 9. And this is a Skye Terrier. No, this one's says it's the police dog, and then this one says it's a Skye Terrier. You think you got those? I didn't think I had anybody written down for those. All right, Jenny +1. All right. You have them now. because it doesn't let me go scroll up enough into the chat to get to that. So Lucid, I have to check. Jenny plus one may have already put in. I didn't think anybody had, so I didn't write a name down, and the chat won't let me scroll back that far. However, don't fret. I always go back, and it takes a couple hours for it to show the chat, but I always go back and rewatch and watch it on 2 times the speed, because I'm not watching myself. I'm reading the chat as it plays through again, because otherwise I miss so much stuff in the chat. So, all right. So I wrote you down. Where'd it go? Jenny, I wrote you down. So you're in there. Now, did I miss anybody for the horses? Because these are also Mainzer cards from 2 different periods. This one's the newer one. But when they'd been making postcards for decades. And boy, when color photography really came out, boy, they go for it. Because they were the big postcard maker for in the US. Everybody had Mainzer cards, and they're very collectibles. But these are newer ones. And you have the mother and the foal. And then these are a little older. These are all printed in the US. And you have another mother and foal. But they don't say, like these, they just have, like, it says 893 on the one. It says 883 on this one. 884 on this one. And they didn't put the name of the breed of the horse. A lot of their older stuff, they'll actually, like the dogs, they named the breed. They always named the animal. And on these horse ones, they didn't. Now there's 2 of this one. So you're getting all 4. There's 3 images, but there's 4 postcards. And I just lost it again. There we go. So these were, let's make these 4. These are $4, number 30. $4, number 30. Oh, Lucid, that's the only way I can get through some stuff. You know, if you change the speed on things, you can watch a lot more. And as you get used to it, you figure out pretty quickly who you can listen to at 2 times the speed, because you can't with everybody, or they start sounding like a chipmunk. So, but you can get through a lot. Tumbling Pig was a no. The seashell soaps I'm not going to worry about. The hot pads. So the only other things we had were the toll dish, the grape glasses, and the little creamer. The early, I really think this is pre-1900, the little creamer. So Lavish Mango, if you're on YouTube on a laptop, there's a little gear at the bottom of the screen. And it says settings. If you put your mouse over that, it'll say settings. If you click on it, it'll say playback speed. Now it'll say normal. If you click on that, it shows you can slow down or increase your playback speed. And that works great. And come on. Because I have found that sometimes on other people's lives, I will up the playback speed to 1.25 and it makes it catch up to the live. So instead of having to hit refresh, then I do it that way. And that way I can catch up, because sometimes sometimes that lag gets really goofy. The Tumbling Pig was $5 and he was number 40, Uncle Andy. He's $5, number 40 for the Tumbling Pig. Good night, Retro Ruby. This was the other one of the other little things that didn't sell was this wonderful early I'm really sure I would bet everything that I have ever sold over the decades, because I've started doing this in the 80s, selling stuff off, but that this is pre 1900, this little creamer, and that we didn't have any offers on that either, and the little creamer was $6 on a phone or a tablet. So on a phone, to get the speed, I have to remember because my phone is filming right now. So on the phone, I think it's in the top right corner. There's 3 little dots, and that'll take you to your settings, and you can change the playback speed there on the phone. Now that's at least where it is on my phone. There's 3 little dots, and that'll bring up the speed, because you need to find the settings, and that's what you do. You change the speed. I've done that, and I've had to sometimes toggle back and forth between top chat and live chat to get the chat to refresh. So, but that was everything tonight. Yep, click on the dots. Click on the dots. So next week, there will be a sale, just not mine. I will be, and I hope you will be. Oh, you're always looking. Terry's always looking for lambs. Okay. Candeloro wants lambs. Horses and cowboy figurines. I haven't found it yet, but I know I have a cowboy cup, and I might have a bowl. It's old. It has Roy Rogers on it. And I don't know if it had been my dad's or if it had been my oldest brother's. I kind of suspect it would have been my dad's, because I'm pretty sure it was pretty old. So I don't know if I have any clue. I know it should be here somewhere. I just not sure where. But I'll keep an eye out on that. Cowboy figurines and lambs, and so marked pottery and cookie jars. Cookie jars are a bear to ship. You know that, right? So yeah, I'm hoping the second shot I have no problems. I really don't relish the idea of my tongue swelling up again, because that was a little scary. And hopefully it'll go fine. But just in case, I cleared the schedule, and I'm letting Serendipity by Melanie have my slot. She'll start at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday, and she will have a live sale. Instead of just ending at 11 like she's been doing these brooch sales, she will just keep going, and we'll see how she does. But I will probably stop in if I'm feeling okay. I will stop in at the chat on her channel that night, but she's gonna have that time slot, and then we'll figure out what happens when we get to the next time where I know I'm not going to be around. Yes, they already warned me that I am to take 2 Benadryl for an hour before I go take the next shot. I'm getting the Pfizer because the cardiologist basically said that he thought that would be better, because the Moderna seems to be for people who have asthmatic type allergic reactions to things like bee stings, or in my case, bleach and menthol cigarettes and some musk perfumes. He said that in Moderna, you have a higher chance of having an asthmatic reaction. So he insisted that the only one I could get was the Pfizer, that I should have less of that symptom. So, and so far, the only thing I had was a wave of nausea. a little bit of dizziness, but that tongue swelling up, I knew what that was, and that made me real nervous real quick. But they had Benadryl right there. They had an EMT right there, and they just, bam, you know, didn't even have to try to swallow it. He just gave me a shot, put it right into me. So I'm hoping. My son had his shots, and his second shot, that little bugger, I feel tired. He slept for 14 hours, woke up the next day, perfect. But then I used to let him play in the mud. I honestly used to give the kid a bucket and a spade and go, here, go play in the backyard. It's the best thing you could do. The kid's got a fantastic immune system because of that. So, yeah, I will stop in because I never get to see most of Melanie's sales. I mean, I try to stop in on the Saturday one. But sometimes on Saturdays, there's stuff I've got to do with my scouts because I've still got 5 kids in the pipeline for Eagle that are, you know, trying to catch up because we had all this time locked down, and they're going to hit 3 of the 5 are going to hit 18 by October. By all 3 of them have birthdays in October. So by the end of October, all 3 of these boys have to be done everything and have their project and paperwork in the council before October, because then they start hitting 18, they age out, and they all want to make Eagle. So some Saturdays I'm going to be meeting with them to get them through everything. So I'm not always at Melanie's sale on a Saturday. So I'm always white as a sheet. You know, any little thing and know what little color I have just disappears. So you guys have a great... I saw scouting manuals. Hello. That I got a notice at the beginning of the sale. There was an email from eBay where I just thought I was buying 3 1950s scouting magazines from a buyer, and suddenly he said he couldn't complete it because one of them was damaged. I don't care. I teach the Scouting Heritage Merit Badge, which is the history of scouting. I still want those magazines because I can use them in teaching. It'll just help to have something from each decade to help teach those kids. And I'm not willing to share my scout manuals because some of them are extremely pricey to get, especially the earlier ones. And some of them, the ones that have been in my price range, are extremely fragile. So you guys have a great week. My voice is starting to go, so you can tell it's got to be near 3 a.m. because my voice is giving out. So you guys have a good week. I should be getting all the invoices out. I want everything, what little backlog I still have left and all this stuff. I want everything invoiced packed and invoiced before I get that shot on Tuesday. And the only thing I have to work is I have to work midnight to 5 a.m. Friday into Saturday morning. So you like my Philly flipper? So you guys have a great night. Have a great weekend. Watch those emails for your invoices, as I want to really, I'm so close to being completely caught up, and I want to get this all taken care of before that shot. So good night, guys, and I'll see you in the chat at Serendipity from Melanie by Melanie next week. And some of you I'll see in chats for other sales, I'm sure. So have a great night. What's left of it. Hi. Where's the end button? There we go.